Good afternoon and welcome to a wild and windy Walsgrave Bowling Club here in a far from sunny Coventry for today's British Crown Green Junior Merit sponsored by Briggs Equipment UK. 32 of the country's top junior bowlers are here battling for the top prize. You can see from the view behind me that it's a little bit nasty out there. The wind's blowing a gale, and there's plenty of leaves on the green, on a very, very tricky green as well. So play started this morning at 10 AM, and I'll just quickly run through the results so far. So the first round, Ryan Walters, Merseyside, 21. Tom Wiltshire, South Yorkshire, 11. Ryan Dodd, Potteries and District, 8. Tyler Jewis, North Midlands, 21. Jordan Bradbury, Warwick and Worcester, 12. Zach Walker, Cumbria, 21. Ashley Downing, Staffordshire, 21. James McNee, Isle of Man, 15. Sam Williams, Wales, 21. Nathan Hargreaves, North Lancs and Fylde, 7. Liam Mercer, Greater Manchester, 21. Matthew Greenwood, Lancashire, 4. Matthew Warden, Cheshire, 21. Owen Sheriff, Derbyshire, 10. Curtis Metcalf, Shropshire, 17. Bailey Rice, Yorkshire, 21. Patrick Southern, Merseyside, 21. Dylan Christopherson, South Yorkshire, 11. Stephen Kelly, Isle of Man, 21. Ben Stockdale, Yorkshire, 12. Jack Bushell, Cheshire, 21. Aaron King, Shropshire, 16. Kieran McGarry, Greater Manchester, 11. Liam Dennis, North Midlands, 21. Jack Farmer, Potteries, 4. Jack Whitehead, Warwick and Worcester, 21. Dan Bodley, Staffordshire, 21. Daniel Edmondson, Lancashire, 14. Ethan Lowden, Cumbria, 17. Daniel Eccles, North Lancs and Fylde, 21. Will Mosley, Derbyshire, 12. Andrew Armstrong, Wales, 21. The second round so far sees Ryan Walters, Merseyside, 21. Tyler Jewish, North Midlands, 17. Zach Walker, Cumbria, 21. Ashley Downing, Staffordshire, 13. Sam Williams from Wales, 11. Liam Mercer, Greater Manchester, 21. Matthew Warden, Cheshire, 12. Bailey Rice of Yorkshire, 21. Patrick Southern, Merseyside, 19. Stephen Kelly of the Isle of Man, 21. There's currently 3 second round games left on the green. Jack Bushell from Cheshire is leading Liam Dennis, the last local hope from North Midlands, 1918. The tie of the round, Jack Whitehead, number 26, is trailing Dan Bodley of Staffordshire, 16-14. And finally, the last game in the second round sees the only girl in the competition, Daniel Eccles from North Lancs. She's leading Andrew Armstrong of Wales, 11-8. And that's the game we're going to join as soon as we come back from a very quick commercial break. Welcome back to the live coverage of the BCGBA Junior Merit Final, sponsored by Briggs Equipment UK. And as promised, we're joining the game between Danielle Eccles of North Lancs and Fylde and Andrew Armstrong of Wales. And currently Danielle is leading 12-11. Joining me today, as ever, in the commentary box is everyone's favourite Scouser, Steve Davis. Good afternoon, Stephen.
Good afternoon, Andrew. How are you this very fine and blustery day?
Yeah, a little bit windswept. My hair's a bit of a mess. I've had to spend a half an hour in makeup getting my hair done again, but everything's all right now. That
what's your hair down to these days? 3 mil, is it?
It's 1 mil actually.
1 mil.
1 mil, all over.
Ah, all over.
All over.
Oh Jesus.
So we must apologise first off for the delay in getting started. Unfortunately, we had a problem with our internet connection. Somebody managed to damage our all-important internet cable that we've plugged into next door's broadband, apparently, but don't tell anyone. But we've got going, and we're live with the last games on in the last 16 of today's event. And we're focusing on Danielle Eccles, 17-year-old from that place I can't mention, just down the road from Burnley, about 8 miles away from Burnley.
Blackburn.
That's the place.
Yeah.
I don't like to talk about that. The game's currently 12 apiece. Andrew Armstrong from a little village just outside of Wrexham, which we can't pronounce. Well, we can pronounce Wrexham. It's the other place we're struggling with.
We've got absolutely no chance.
With no
at
chance.
all.
It begins with an R, and that's about it. That's all we can come
It's
up
worth
with.
about 355 at Scrabble if you get all the numbers in the right order. You can't. If you name that at Scrabble, you will not lose the game. No.
Anyway, Andrew impressed me immensely in the first round. I caught his first round game, and for me, he could go all the way if he gets past Danielle. But Danielle, fair play to her, she's playing really, really well. She played well in her first round game, and she's playing well again here. She's got it all to do to win this end, though. She can't afford to be short.
What I have noticed so far today is that an awful lot of bowls the players are chasing in, convinced they've played a good one. It just slightly catches a hill and it disappears all over the place.
I think you've a few things going on here today, Stephen. The green looks treacherous in places. I mean, I'm amazed one or two of the younger competitors haven't disappeared in a few of the swillies down the far end. We can't actually see the bowls if they go down there from our vantage point.
You can mine tin down there, it's that really deep.
You could. You've also got the wind that's obviously with these young players tend to play with lighter balls than the adults. I am generalising, of course, but I think Danielle's playing with some £2 4-ounce balls, and they'll be badly affected by the wind. And then you've got these leaves, and I believe we're having a break after this round of games to try and clear the leaves off the green. They are causing a few problems for a few players. They're hitting leaves and bouncing off.
It's just, I think, really in a couple of areas of the green we can see from here, from our commentary position, there's a bit of a vortex.
You don't see that too often on a bowling green, a vortex. Andrew just going looking and seeing who's in at that end. That's another good thing about the junior game. There's 2 games on the green at the minute, and we've got 3 different coloured bowls. We've got yellow, red, and Danielle's playing with some purple and white monstrosities that monstrosities that are very, very difficult to judge the running of. I have a claret and blue pair which are absolutely beautiful, but well, Danielle, missed that front ball. You've a squeak. Hard lines.
Well, it bounced off it, but it didn't stop itself.
That's because they're very, very light.
Body language from Mr. Armstrong is not particularly helpful.
I think
the cap's nearly came.
Oh, there you go. One off it.
Oh.
One off it. Hey, it must be difficult playing with long hair like that. I mean, mine gets in my eyes sometimes. So
yours? Have
yeah.
Do you say
off my back? The hair off my back.
Right. That's not down to 1 mil either.
No. I wish I could have a comb over from that, to be fair.
Oh, bloody hell.
Language, Timothy.
Comb over?
A comb over from the...
That's not a comb over, that's a transplant.
Well, Danielle's played thumb peg out across the green. Led one of a yard too far. Perfect road. Andrew's not sent this as far as I can tell. It's tight and short. Steve Davis bolt. Apparently that's sticking, Steve, in certain parts of Bolton.
The greens are that heavy in Bolton, most things stick.
Confirmation there that Dan Bodley, the rising star of Staffordshire, has managed to beat the rising star of Warwick and Worcester, Jack White, at 21-17. So Dan Bodley, he'll be playing the winner of this game in the last 8. He'll have gone a few people's favourites, no doubt. He's got quite a big support here today, as have most of the young players. But now we're down to this final game on the green. Last game of the second round. Andrew Armstrong of Wales, 14. Danielle Eccles of North Lancs File, 13. Like your front room, Steve, nothing in it.
My dad's in my front room. There you go.
Okay, well,
there you go.
Well, you've shot me down, haven't you?
Not bad,
thanks for that, yeah.
me dad and the cat.
Right. Well, Danielle, can you run? Not just going to get there. Now, the locals are telling me that's quite a quick area of the green going into this corner on the... It's our left as we're looking at it. It runs a little bit into this corner. Uphill to the pub, generally. But to be honest with you, the way the green's playing with the wind and the leaves, it's hard to just tell where it's running and where it's not. Well, Daniel, you've given this a chance. Will it bend? Needs to run and bend, run and bend. Good ball, excellent ball.
Yeah, very good bowl indeed. Not really the bowl. I think a more senior player would maybe looking at putting a little bit more weight for that to sit out the bowl for 2. But as you say, no, I'll just put one within 6 into the jack.
Well, that's one of the things I actually like about the Junior All England. It is one of my favourite days of the year, and you see these young bowlers just playing bowls, and you know, there's none of the pretense of you sometimes getting the senior games where there's a level of expectation, and they just play the game and they look as though they enjoy themselves most of the time, which is lovely to see.
Yeah, this far side of the green away from ourselves here. Very treacherous finish. You're not going to get so far, then it shoots down a hill and then it drops off almost drops off the edge of the world towards the day.
I think if you stood in that big swilly down there, Steve, we wouldn't be able to see you. I think if you lay down, we'd have more chance of seeing you, but not stood up. And Danielle's played 2 very poor balls there. Obviously frightened herself with the first. The jack is right on the top of where it's all of a sudden a massive cliff face. It looks like they've had a few problems with tree roots, etc. down that end of the green. 2 cheap uns for Andrew, putting himself in the lead, 16-14. He'll be hoping to have a good run in this event. Had a few good players from Wales.
They're staying on. Oh, he caught something and it took about a yard out of it.
It's hit about 16 twigs. I don't think this ball will just go as far.
This needs to be hit with a twig.
It's couple of yards short, really. But very hard to gauge a length today. Can't emphasise enough the difficult conditions. The wind's swirling in the trees. It's causing leaves to fall all over the place. It's like an autumnal day.
It might actually suit young Mr. Armstrong. He gets quite low during his delivery. He's not one of these upright players.
Well, Danielle doesn't like this ball. She thinks she wins it if it runs. Simple as that. If it runs, it wins. Oh, she's gone in the back of it. You can't speak. It looked well inside Andrew's ball to me, coming across, but
it was all over the jack with a miss.
Maybe they were a little bit bereft, but who knows. So just to tell you that there will be a break after this game. They're going to try and do something with all the leaves on the green. We'll probably do an interview or 7 during that time. Steve's fully prepared a whole list of interviews. It's like the Nixon interviews all over again.
The Watergate.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. So no doubt we'll be
having a very long commercial break.
A few commercial breaks. I might do you a bit 10 minutes of stand up if we can.
I've heard your after dinner. I've heard your debut as an after dinner speaker at the nursery annual.
That is a long time ago.
I was there.
Yes, I have done a few after dinner jobs. They are nerve-wracking. I do enjoy them though, I must admit, in a perverse way. Good ball, Danielle.
Well, they just let you speak. Did you say, Andrew, just talk for an hour, and
off I go.
And the time flies by, Andrew. It does really, honestly.
I think if I remember the nursery one, I I gave a few anecdotes about my early days in Crown Green bowling, and oh, them were the days.
Did me snoring keep you?
It did. Yeah. It did get a bit loud at one point, Steve, I must admit. But I don't remember you being there, to be honest. I think you was invited as an official of the Premier League or something like that.
I was to shake Gareth Gwillem's hand as he won the nursery averages for the 56th consecutive year.
On to Danielle, 15-17. He missed a chance of getting 2 there. Overreach. She was probably only a couple of, 5 feet to far, and it's finished nearly 4 or 5 yards past the jack. Gone down into a massive swilly in that corner.
He was that first £1 million footballer, Steve. Went from Barnsley lad, he went to Man City, they paid a shed load of money.
Steve Daly.
Aye, he was there the previous year. You were Steve Daly's replacement. Steve Daly.
Yeah. I thought Trevor Francis was the first £1 million footballer.
Well, first he was. They paid a shed load of money for him, and they realised what they got.
Yeah.
You were in one year, you the next. It was good the previous year.
good lead from Daniel. Can I just tell you, the Metro Sports, they run a competition there, and the winner of that competition gets their photograph on the wall of the club, in between such luminaries as Cristiano Ronaldo, Ricky Hatton, David Beckham, etc. And one year, my physiog was there.
Is the club still going?
The club is still going, still open.
Oh, marvellous.
I think from memory, I even signed it. So, Andrew, line 1. He's got about 2 foot of room to get another. Wind just putting him off there. Got that out nice, came out lovely.
He does get them away rather well, doesn't he? He's got a very sweet delivery when he's not playing through when he's on.
Well, could have been worse. He could have hit the jack. He might have stayed in for another, that. No, just the one, 18-15. You know what it is today, don't you?
Saturday.
Yeah, you know it's a very important day. Of course,
have you been paid?
Of course, being a Liverpool fan, second only in arrogance to Man United fans, you won't be caring about the Premier League today because you play my team Burnley. So you'll just assume that it's 3 points. But you won't have it all your own way. And I expect you to keep me informed, because you have internet access, etc., with what the scores are. Just let me know when Burnley's put the third in.
You're not used to having internet access in Burnley, are you?
I am. I do have internet access in sunny Rosendale, where I live. I just don't pay for it when I'm on the move. I leave people like you earn 6 figures. I was trying to just come up with
that include the pence?
No, it doesn't include the... A man like you who's on holiday 14 times a year.
14 times
14 times a year.
You're currently on like a 9-week vacation.
I've been working this week. Well, Danielle, good ball.
That's this week.
Good ball. 2. 17-18. It's a thriller. Can Danielle keep this up? Keep up the honour of the ladies. She was the only lady in the field. I don't think she's been playing for too long. On her paperwork, it's hobbies, bowling. That's it. Her opponent, on the other hand, has won a few pairs events.
He's got very neat
handwriting, yeah.
I'm impressed with this.
Good lead, Danielle. That'll keep the draft out on this very windy day. Well, Andrew, you need a contact.
Found the gap.
Oh, Gappington. Danielle's wanting a bit of information from the side. She just needs to play a similar ball. Nice, relaxed, easy delivery. It's come out nice. That little 2 pound 4 ounce ball trundling along. Doesn't want to hit any leaves or twigs. Can't be so bad. Good ball, Danielle. Now then, Andrew. Pressure's on. Don't be short, whatever you do. Oh, he's definitely reached. Needs that contact.
Over the top.
Oh, now then. Bang in front, 19-18. Full support of all the ladies in the crowd as Danielle. Getting towards twitchy bum time, Stephen.
I think the respective families are a bit on the nervous side. There's some nails getting bit.
They could come and chew my nails for me, they're a bit long. Danielle, she doesn't like it. She's clicking her fingers. She thinks doesn't look a lot wrong with it yet.
She thinks she's a bit on the narrow side, but it's
trying to work out.
I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, I'd take that on this green today. No one's stood them all over the jack continuously.
He's after this. He likes. Oh.
Yeah, he just needs a. Where's it going? Needs a road. Bit of bias. Good ball. Good reply. Yes. Now then, Danielle. She's watching it. She's watching it. Needs to run. Oh. Oh. Danielle, Danielle, Danielle. Well, at least you can't lose this end. That's the main thing. He's put this down a little bit light too. Shout a jelly owl. It's got another nearly. Yeah. They're just taking that nearest ball out, having a good look. I can see him having measure, yes. Measure's body language was telling us. A fine looking pair of referees. Is that the collective name for referees?
No comment.
No comment. No. Oh, jeepers.
No. Look away.
Slack band two.
All but
19. Where would you go, Steve? As the man who's on form, getting through everywhere, Briggs. Where would you go? Where would you go?
Well, keep it nice and simple. Bang one in front. And easy game that way, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't really fault your logic. I think I'd have gone in the big swilly.
Well,
but that's me. Oh, that's had an awful jump. That had an awful jump over a leaf or a twig or something.
It got stopped by an oak tree, that ball. This is further.
It is a lot further. Goes out missing. Goes out unless it hits a branch. No, gone out 2 yards to 5 yards short. He's after it. He's certainly reaching. It's his own. It's okay. Full. Good ball.
1 on 1.
But it's only one in, one out. Surely she needs to know. Sure, can she see it? Can she see it? She needs to reach.
Must be playing weight on the ball.
Oh, she's reached. She's not overly far. If she hits it full, though, it'll count. Full. Oh, hard luck. Hard luck.
Well.
So, great finish to the game, that. Andrew Armstrong of Wales, 21. Danielle Eccles of North Lancs and Fylde, 19.
Welcome back to Walsgrave Bowling Club and the Briggs Equipment UK BCGBA British Junior Merit. I am joined by the new British Crown Green Deputy President, Phil Brown. Welcome, Phil.
Cheers, Steve. Thanks very much. Nice to see you down here.
Well, it's a pleasure to be down here on a busy day. We can just look behind us and you see a bit of a job going on, clearing all the excess leaves from the green.
Yeah. I think if you'd been here sort of at 8 o'clock this morning, even the ducks were a bit disappointed. Chucking it down with rain, sweeping the green. Just didn't know what the weather was going to be like, but hey, it's turned out okay.
Well, we're quite lucky we're under the awning here because it actually started raining again, but such are the joys of the British summer.
Oh, yeah.
Well, a little bit about yourself. You've got a slightly strange accent for a Midlander. What's going on here?
Yeah, and then also if you look at my British Crown Green registration number, MS324, which is same accent as yours, Steve, Scouser. But I was a posh Scouser from the Wirral. Moved down to this part of the world in 1994 through work. Been playing bowls though for more years than I can remember. So,
well, after being on the Wirral, I've been over on the Wirral for many years. I can understand why you left and came down here. Yeah,
there were a few undesirable people. We won't mention names though.
No, we won't mention names. What clubs were you a member of on the Wirral?
I played for Pensby Bowling Club, and used to enjoy playing for West Kirby Park in the indoor when Tranmere Rovers had one.
Oh, I remember that. Tranmere Rovers indoor, Crown Green, a very successful venue that, whilst it was still going. So obviously you came down here. How many years have you been down here now?
30-something.
30-something.
Yeah. How old's my wife?
Oh, no, we're not going to go down that route. We're not going down that route.
5 years plus with work.
So
and I play bowls down here in Coventry League on a midweek for a team called Baddesley Colliery, and I play in the Warwick and Worcester Premier Division on a Saturday for Bournemouth St Michael's. So still play quite a bit of bowls.
I suppose you're like everybody else now. You've got like a bowls career and a bowls admin career, and have you got enough hours in the day?
Nope. That's why I employ my wife.
Well, it's good to have a good other half who's understanding.
Yeah. It's. I think she's realising that this year and next year are going to be extremely busy. But I've noticed that we've got a few holiday magazines and brochures for 2017. So I think that's where we're going.
Well, after all the work you're going to do for the Crown Green, you'll deserve a good holiday.
Hopefully, yeah. We'd like to go and see some of our friends in South Africa if they're still out there. He's a Crown Green bowler from our club, but he's now playing rink bowling out there, so it'll be interesting to go and see them. So.
One thing about the event today, it's good to see so many young players playing so well.
Yeah, I think it's really good. We do struggle in the North Midlands county. We always say that to try and get 24 out for a county game is difficult, but I just think it's great to see so many people here today, and the parents bringing them down and just staying here and watching the game. Brilliant.
Well, about North Midlands, I think it's since before Isle of Man joined the county championship, you were the smallest county.
Yeah, I think we like to boast about that as well. And having won the supplementary juniors 2 years ago, got there again this year. We just probably need 4 or 5 more younger bowlers bowling. But hey ho, it's the future.
Well, going by some of the players I've seen, not only this year but also last year with Jordan Badley playing so well, you've got a good future. You've got some good players there. Yeah,
we have. We play on the Summit League on a Monday night, Baddesley Colliery, and Geordie plays for us, great bowler. We've got Tyler Dewis playing for us this year, and we've got 2 or 3 others who are still young or less than 30. So we've got a young team. I feel like the pensioner just drives them round now, but it's great, and they're all keen. So the future is good.
The future is good, and I say, after knowing you for some years now through Old British Crown Green, the honours you've got this year as Deputy President and next year, very well deserved.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just want to give something back to a game that I've thoroughly enjoyed for so ever many years, and while I can do it, I can do it. But I also want to play as well.
Well, don't stop playing. That's all I can say. Well, thanks very much, Phil. No doubt we'll talk again during this year and next year. We are going to go to a quick commercial break, and then we're back with more bowls action.
And we're hoping that the last 8 of the BCGBA Junior Merit Finals, sponsored by Briggs Equipment UK, will be getting underway any time now. The game we're going to join is the first quarter final on the green, which is Ryan Walters of Merseyside versus Zach Walker of Cumbria. Zach Walker made an appearance in the All England a couple of weeks ago at Wrexham. I think did he play Greg Smith early doors? Is that the game I'm thinking of? Yeah, he gave a decent account of himself. And
we filmed that game.
I can't remember. I've slept since then. So Ryan led out there, and in the first round he beat Tom Wiltshire of South Yorkshire 21-11. And Tyler Lewis, the local favourite, Tyler Lewis is somebody completely different. Tyler Dewis of the North Midlands 21-17. He was held a lot of local hopes.
Good start from Ryan.
Yeah, good start down there. And Zach, he's seen off Jordan Bradbury of Warwick and Worcester fame. And then he's got past Ashley Downing of Staffordshire. So both with good victories under the belt to get to this last 8 stage. Taking 1 out, 1's conceded, 2 to Ryan. Not so bad. They're now guaranteed £35. If they win this game,
I can buy them a new haircut.
Listen, I can't talk about haircuts. Mine doesn't cost me anything. I'm still using the same clip as I got for my wedding in 1999. Did I mention I'm getting married next week?
Yes, I'm sure I speak for all of the bowling fraternity when I wish you and the lovely Karen every happiness for the future.
Yeah. Did you get your invite?
Yeah, but unfortunately we're away. We'll be thinking of you as Sue and I dine by the Villamora Arena. We'll raise a glass at your to bid you best wishes and all that.
I hope you get pickpocketed. Just be careful where you go in Villamora. That's all I'm going to say to you. I speak from experience.
We have had this conversation before, and I am aware of where you have been in Villamora. Yes. So we will say no more especially while Karen is in earshot.
Anyway, yeah. I was on a stag do as well.
Let's talk about the bowls. It's a lot safer.
Ryan, now in red, he's took his jacket off. Another one, 3-0 after 2 ends. Playing up he played through the massive Swilly.
You best say that right as well.
Yeah, massive Swilly. He's gone thumb peg now, round peg just off the crown. They've done a good job getting the leaves off, but I mean...
Unfortunately, the green is surrounded by some magnificent specimens of...
trees.
Yes.
And it's windy, so we're going to get some leaves. But, good response, Zach. Good response. Just gone for me. Just gone. Very nice delivery. Very nice delivery indeed. Tell it's been well honed.
Well, obviously, Ryan is Julie's a very good bowler herself, and obviously the family being bowlers, and they're surrounded by people who know an awful lot about the game. So any kind of things that Ryan's been doing, your bad habits that you pick up have been eradicated with some good advice. He did very good delivery.
I remember him a few years ago. I used to see him a lot, obviously with my son playing in junior comps and things. I used to see him quite a lot, and him and Jordan McDermott used to do a lot of striking. Not seen a lot of striking today from anybody, but certainly looks a lot more mature player in his manner. Not sure about the haircut, but as I say, I can't really comment about those things. You said it reminded you of your childhood with Limal. You apparently had Limal from not Limal and recent Limal from Kajagoogoo. You used to have his picture on your wall, apparently.
My memory go back before then, because Zach actually has got a type of haircut that was very familiar in the 1960s.
How would you know that?
I was born in the 60s. I'm a 60s chap.
Yeah, but you might have been born in the 60s, but you can't remember, can you, to be fair? I mean...
I can't remember anything much pre-ABBA.
Leave me. Even I'm not that old. Well,
2 for Zach Walker.
2 for Zach. It's a bit of a Beatle cut. I think that's what you're trying to say, isn't it? We're not really up on this fashion, and we don't really want to go there, do we? We're not Gok Wan. Well, you look like Gok Wan, but that's another name you've got to say carefully. So Zach's got on the scoreboard 2-4. As I say, played in the All England against Greg Smith, put up a good performance. I think was it 17 he lost? That rings a bell.
It was one of those games where he obviously started really nervous starting off. And if you're being critical, that bad start almost cost him the game. Yeah. Because Greg had one of those games where the radar was obviously not tuned in properly. And, an if buts and maybes type game.
Absolutely, pots and pans and all that. We're certainly playing well today, as is Ryan. It's a good ball. Both playing 2-8 Drake's Pride, but Ryan's are XL, so they're lower density, so should run a little bit better than Zach's. And Zach's is just a standard density 2-8. Brown ball. You don't see a lot of brown balls these days. Not amongst the younger brigade anyway.
Every colour but brown.
Absolutely, and black. There's not many black balls on the green at the minute.
Good 2 from Ryan.
Yeah, excellent 2. Looking resplendent in the shirts. Would make life a lot easier if we had some stickers as well, but can't have everything.
Ryan led away from our commentary position. Finger peg.
Got it out sweet. It's underneath though to me. Will it peg up all that? If I can't tip a ball when I'm stood behind it, there's something wrong. Well, this is definitely inside. It's on nearer the block road. Will it get there? Still going. Needs to go a bit more for me. Little shake of the head from Zach. Ryan wanting to improve. It's got it out better road altogether, but can it run? Has he left it? I think he's left it. Bad ball. Easily done in these conditions. This is on a painted road, you can tell them. Painted road, just needs something near a length and it'll never be a bad one.
One with the last ball.
The crowd's a little bit sparse today, Stephen. I don't know if it's the weather or just as...
There was more here in the morning. I think we have a slight problem because there being a football match being broadcast on. I saw quite a few have gone to the pub to watch that.
I see. Is it on live, Burnley and Liverpool?
I'm sure you can find it if you search through enough channels.
I wouldn't be knowing about illegal things like that. So Zach, after getting hold of the jack, 3-6, gone for the corners, gone a distance, thumb peg. Very tricky corner, very quick finishing. The dribble and drabble about. At the death. Well, it looks a perfect roll, but too far to me. It needs to stop any time.
Drop anchor.
Just stopped in a bit of rough, has it? Or has it? Still going?
Oh my word. Oh, don't know.
I think it may have stopped in the rough on the edge. I'm not sure if it's won it though. He had a good length, did Zach, with his first ball. He needs to be inside it. I don't think he is. A little bit more bias. Well, that's definitely won it. Yeah. Definitely won it. Won it all week. Now then.
Only got to take a couple small yard out.
He's looking tight now. Looking tight. Armpit job, is it?
Well,
still looking. That's something I've never had to do. Get the hair out my eyes with my hands. Yeah, two does that. Good change of tactics, that. Testing Ryan in the full uns. It's quite a nice setting, to be fair. I think on a lovely summer's day.
There's a fair bit about this green.
Yeah, it looks very, very tricky to me.
Block up cold.
Decent condition. One or two little patches where it's suffered.
I think because there's so many undulations on the green, obviously it's very difficult to get an even grass growth. A bit of extra traffic on it.
Gets scalped at various points. Certainly a nice venue. I can just imagine basking in the lovely sunshine with a nice cold pint in my hand. Oh, Zach's led thumb peg out.
To be fair to both players, they do send the ball very well.
Yeah, they come out nice. He's had a nice connection there. It needed it. Yeah, it's normally when you get into your 40s that you start cobbling about like Rubik's cubes. Even I got him out nice when I was 17, would you believe?
I can remember that.
Can you? That is a long time ago. Well, Zach, you
had a big swing and delivery, then you ran after everything.
I did. For a big lad.
After a while, you realise, and all this running's not going to be good for my health.
I think if I'd have done a bit more running, I might have been thinner a bit sooner.
Has Ryan gone in off something too?
I think he's no, he's just got wrecked. So that's 6 across. Did you ever play in this event, Steve?
No.
No, you
never entered. Never entered. Never entered a junior merit.
I only managed 2 appearances. Lost to the winner both occasions.
You done well, lad. You done well.
It's what's going on my headstone when I'm dead and buried. I lost to the winner.
Well, my county's only formed in '81, so I was.
Oh, you'd have been too old, wouldn't you? I keep forgetting that you're an old man.
By the time I knew what it was, the chance had gone.
Yeah. 1990 and 1991 were my years in this. Lost to David O'Brien, second round.
Oh boy.
David O'Brien in the second round at the Georgian Dragon, where he was a member. And the following year I lost in the final to Dugan Tooby. I can't believe it. John Crowther, the British Crown Greens CEO, reckons Vaux has just put Burnley in front. Steve Davis has gone running for his phone, trying to check it. I find that hard to believe. I thought he'd have kept me updated.
Second minute Vaux.
Second minute Vaux. Who'd have thunk it?
Don't worry, viewers.
Yeah,
you can guarantee now that since Burnley are 1-up, and Andrew will no doubt be quite happy to talk about anything for the rest of the afternoon.
No doubt normal service will be resumed very, very shortly. Anyway, back to the bowls. Ryan got in there with a brace, 8-6 up, has led finger peg across the green. Led one about a yard short, but bang on the road, and he had Zach playing wide outside the line, but a perfect length is improved. There's Ryan, good ball, line 2. Now then, Zach, have you adjusted your line? You look a little bit wide to me.
He's trying to wave it in, as if that helps, but...
A little bit wide to me. Couldn't just hear you then, Stephen, and I thought you were drowning your sorrows or something, but no, your microphone had managed to get out of the way of your gob, which takes some doing. Very easy delivery. I do like Ryan's delivery. I might have to remodel mine.
You normally drag them up from somewhere around 18 inches outside the line of the jack, round your front leg.
I can't. I don't know how that happened. I mean, I used to be very, very straight.
Yeah.
Very, very straight.
Big swing.
Big swing and but straight delivery. And then over the years, I don't know how or why,
you've dragged them.
I've turned into this gyroscope type thing, spinning round and all sorts. But anyway, these young lads, they're just playing and they love it. They get them all out sweet as a nut. Now they're playing this mark here, finger peg. They're playing around that massive swilly. Anything tight, it'll finish yards and yards away from it. This can't be so bad, this ball. I think that's nearly unbeatable there. I think he'll have to strike at that if it's only one. Can't lick it.
Well,
played the reaching ball, needs a contact, just tight. Right sort of ball. I like that ball, it's positive.
It's also not, he's not trying to kill anything, any kind of connection, he was almost sitting to count.
Yeah, well played ball. Now, just for the viewers who are interested, There's 3 other games on the green. We've currently got number 11, Liam Mercer of Greater Manchester, playing Bailey Rice of Yorkshire. They're currently 6 across. We've got game 19 and 21, which is Stephen Kelly of the Isle of Man is leading Jack Bushell of Cheshire 7-4. And then the last game on the green, number 32, Andrew Armstrong of Wales, who we saw in the last round. He's 6-5 up against Dan Bodley of Staffordshire. So you're right up to date there. They're even telling me over the headphones that Burnley's winning. What's going on, Steve?
Took a while for it to get through to the control box.
To be fair, there was
I know they've got a few things other to do.
They have, yeah. To be fair, he's normally handling a camera.
Yeah.
It's little fella in there.
Ah.
So he's doing a good job, really.
We've got a YTS lad doing it today.
There's been a massive improvement. No, I think it's been very problematic so far today with one thing and another, but at least we're here live, we're showing it to you folks at home as it happens. Referee's just been on to tell Zach that he's 1 down. Zach's played through, still 1 down.
Yeah, he's played a positive ball, any kind of connection on the jack, and he was, well, more than happy.
Yeah, Ryan's just pointing out that his ball's in and there's no need to look at him. Yeah, 11-6, halfway there. Could this be another All England title going to Merseyside?
Well, we're on a bit of form. We've got the British Senior Merit Champion. We've won the supplementary.
Yeah, that takes some doing. You have to. Well,
second time in I think 5 years.
That's very good. Yeah, that's very good.
So yeah, we've got some good players. It's getting 24 and then getting the greens for the 24 to play on that we have an issue with.
I know we had the pleasure, when I say we, I mean North Lancs and Fyle had the pleasure of playing you this season in the county championship, and to be honest, I think you just took us to the wrong green. I don't think there was anything wrong with the team. You took us to a green that a few of us knew fairly well. I was quite happy to go to British play it, but I think if you'd have put us on that artificial thing at Mossley Hill or somewhere like that, I think
that's not actually the hardest artificial.
No, I know, but that's the green I've played on, and I found it very challenging. So
it's difficult to adapt to an artificial unless you've actually played a couple of games on it, and after a while it just becomes. I'm saying you just get it's not quite the same, but it's you stop worrying about, you know.
It's learning to accept that a yard ball's probably a good ball, you know, and things like that. I've played on a couple of artificial greens and I knew what to expect, but the size and the pace of the green, if you're not used to those, you're going to struggle. But I'm sure you'll crack it. I mean, I think you've enough players to compete. It's like you say, it's picking the right greens. I think North Lancs have the same problem. We don't know where to take the better teams. We don't have the Camdens and the Bedworths and the hard greens that these counties have.
One thing I've noticed with spending so much time in Lancashire way is that they've got some absolute belting greens which they don't really use.
Lancashire have a lot of good greens, but yeah, what I notice is that all these good greens tend to be in lower leagues and they don't get played a lot.
Problem Merseyside have got, you've got like Wheat Chief doesn't really get used. British Plate is not used to the way it was, and all of a sudden you send them players to play on greens that you send them on to practice 3 or 4, well, up to about 2 weeks before, and then they put the hours in, and then for the last 3 days before the game itself, the greens
different.
Yeah, they cut it twice every day. They scarify it. They do all kinds of it, and you go there and you go, what was the point in me doing all the practice?
Anyway, enough of us putting the county to rights.
Oh, we've barely
touched it. We've barely touched it. Don't get me started on tailored shorts.
What?
Tailored shorts.
Oh.
Why we must be one of the few sports that insist on wearing trousers to play sporting, but there you go, that's another thing altogether. So the score is 8-11 off the mat. Zach Walker.
This could almost be a weekly programme during the winter.
Could be. I have enough topics to keep me going.
Oh, well, as you know, I've got a little bowls magazine, and I can tell you right now, I shall be doing some stuff during the winter where it'll be kind of like, I'll be putting the worlds to right.
I said I'd do some writing for that, and I can't be bothered at the minute.
Fair enough.
I'm too busy. I have a wedding to sort out, you know what I mean? Anyway. So Zach's gone for the corners again, but not made a good lead. This is the heaviest part of the green by all accounts. The locals have been telling me.
It looks well, you're almost sending them out of a mine.
You are.
Miles deeper than...
It's every inch uphill.
Yeah, exactly.
This will never pass the jack. But he's in.
Well, I'm not sure it gets another.
He doesn't get another, but he's in. He's in. That's
one on the jack. Thank you very much.
One on the jack. You think the barber's clippers broke down halfway through?
It's one of those hairstyles that is completely unaffected by any wind.
It's not moved, has it?
No.
Is it gel? You think there's gel involved or super glue?
Is it plastic?
Maybe it's a plastic wig. I'm only jealous, so please don't write in and complain, viewers. I'm only jealous because I haven't got any hair.
You're saving a fortune.
Yeah, I know. He's played finger peg towards. We're going to have to come up with a name for that edge. It is like a cliff face at certain points. It just drops like a stone. He's played a reasonable ball there. There's not a lot.
We sent the YTS cameraman down there to get a good shot of it. He only looks about 14 himself. He could be playing in there.
I felt sorry because he had to do my intro. He was telling me I needed makeup and all sorts. Cheeky blighter. Well, Ryan, have you sent it? Have you left it on top there? Well, it gets another. Not too shabby. I've having both of them lick them, I know that. Zach's ball was tight from hand and it stayed tight. Looks tight again to me.
Is it too far with this?
Tight and too far. No, it stayed to back because it was too far.
Two more. Ryan's mum Julie puts two more on the card, makes it 14-8 rather. Julie is complaining that she's finding this entire day very nerve-wracking.
Well.
What?
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 Nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
She played in a pairs with Denise Hodge last week, didn't she?
Ah, well there.
That'd be nerve-wracking, wouldn't it?
He played well. Yeah.
Norden. One of my old stomping grounds. Won that men's pairs a few times with my late friend Peter Craig.
The much missed Peter Craig?
Very much missed. Taught me everything. Well, they're coming right towards us here, Steve. If we can't tip these, we want to pack the game in.
Well, Ryan's put this one on different land to his first.
Well, it's a bit of a knife edge. This is coming right over the top of the crown. He's got two balls, equidistant.
Except one's further away than the other.
Sort of. Oh, that's had a bad jump. Is there such a thing? There is in this case. That took a horrible jump. Off the road, took it pace out of it. Ryan doesn't mind though. Nonchalantly signals a brace.
They all look the same on the card.
I think it is gel. I think it is. Looks like he's receding a bit from the back. Just a bit of a solar panel there.
It looks like a bit of a shark's fin when he goes for it.
He's leading out away from his finger peg. Looks a treacherous bit of land, does this? Needs to start working now, and it is. Length required. Not so bad. Not so bad at all.
Not sure this is going to reach.
Different road. Oh, it's coming now though. Looks to be one of those marks where the further you put it back, the more it pegs. This is a little bit tighter inside the line. Needs to miss that brown ball. And it will do with the extra pace. Good ball now. Good ball now.
Target from here, Andrew.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can name.
Should be raging at them, and he is doing.
I can name a few plays he'd be launching at them.
Played with pace.
Just dragging it.
Dragged it tight.
2 more.
18-8. Game's going away from Zach. Ryan's playing with an awful lot of confidence, looking very assured, very calm, very steady. He won't want to change this. He's playing finger peg right towards us, dropping off the crown. Now running straight, and the bias is taking over.
You're almost aiming directly at the jack, but it'll just waddle in a couple of places before pegging
it's
that.
Straight at it with a bit of wibbly wobbly in between. Not so bad there. Just noticed he's got his name on the side of the ball as well. Got to be a good player for that.
I think you'll find it's Uncle Dave McDermott who does the engraving.
Right, okay, yes, I remember he did mine. He put the slug on mine a few years ago. But I've tried to drop that nickname now, so.
Shall we say you were christened that by another bowler who's very, very sadly missed?
Another, yes, the late great Freddie Hume. Will it stop? Oh, I think it has. I think it's made another. Now then, Ryan. Zach, this is the road. Have you reached? Has he left it?
The jockey has fell off.
What a road. That was the road all day long. Another 2. 20.
All but.
All but. So he's let out finger peg again. Looking on a decent road, decent pace. It's got to be a decent ball. Not bad for game. Rather have it than lick it. Nothing up with that. Just at the side. Little bit of a target, but he's shoved this back. Will it peg all that? Can it peg all that? Don't think it can.
You're on a good set of maybe 2 1/4, so we'll pull it around nicely.
Well, it has done it. I'm fairly certain the further back you put it, the more it pegs. And well, I don't know where he's put this.
He's put this wrong side of the crown, and it's just.
I'm not just sure what he was thinking of there.
Decoy. Send a decoy.
Well, he's played with pace. Played with pace. It's coming now. Finger peg. It's going to do it. Done it.
Oh.
I think he's been unlucky. Absolutely cursed.
Obviously, I think there's a family member in the background. He was just throwing his hands in the air and just going, well, that's just about sums the game up.
Well, it's finished a fairly comfortable 21-8 win for Ryan Walters. Game's currently on the green. Liam Mercer is trailing 14-9 with Bailey Rice. Stephen Kelly is 14-7 up against Jack Bushell. And the game we're going to go to, number 27, Dan Bodley, is 10. Andrew Armstrong of Wales is 11. That's the game we're going to join. It's in progress, halfway through. It's been a fine game up to now.
We're quite fortunate as well, because the man in the red shirt has got the red bowls.
Absolutely. You'd almost think we'd planned it. It's now 11 across. Dan Bodley, the man that the crowd have christened Harry Kane.
Fair enough.
Because he apparently looks like him, but you know. Hurry up, Harry, they were shouting earlier. But he's certainly an impressive player to watch, full of confidence. He looks about 28 with his beard and everything, but again, I'm just jealous. Andrew, a little more boyish face on him, but still keen competitor. Playing with the yellow bowls. There's Dan, he's running to the back of his own, just punched it 18 inches.
Lies 2.
Andrew needs to get round these.
He's not really far enough.
He'll save if it misses. Can't miss, got wrecked. And the Staffordshire crowd that have come supporting him have suddenly found their voice. 13-11 to the man from Staffordshire. Playing full of confidence. Steve's just disappeared to check his phone for the football scores, by the way. Must be the Red Bulls that's reminded him. He's after this, he's down, he's just giving it a little stamp.
It needed that and a lot more.
Won't go any nearer. Nice to see these lads getting after him. Now then, the 210 Yellow Taylor Elites. Going past the jack a little bit.
Must have stayed in.
Not too shabby, not the world's worst ball. But Dan will be thinking he can beat that. He's definitely too far. And Andrew's walking it up too. He's wafting it out. No.
Ask the referee.
Oh no, he's just asking the referee. I thought he was wafting it then for a minute.
No.
We don't do things like that.
The closest referee in this game is Keith Andrews,
as seen on TV.
Yes, he's the deputy president-elect for next year.
What does that mean?
It means for this event next year, he'll be finding a green in Lancashire for us to go to.
Will he really?
Ah.
Oh, excellent.
Ah.
Can we have one near my house?
Well,
because I'm fairly near Lancashire.
I think for a quick geographical lesson for you, Lancashire is nearer to your house than the North Midlands. So therefore, by definition...
I was going to say nearer my house than yours, but...
Ah, right.
I'm sure there's a green in Ramsbottom that'd come under Lancashire, that'd do me. Yeah, good ball, Andrew, all over that ball, great lead. He's really pumped up for this. Really pumped. Number 32, Andrew Armstrong of Wales.
Getting warned by the ref.
Yeah, ref's just... Good reply from Dan, won it. They're really getting involved, these two, it's great to see.
I think the referees warned them for running down the line.
Oh, well, who cares? What a good ball this is. What a good ball. And he's giving it a right cheer.
Fasten your lace, young man.
Referee telling him off. He's played through, missed. I hope that doesn't affect the players too much.
I think the referee is concerned that the pursuit of the ball may be obstructing the ball from their opponent's view.
Well, the thing is, nobody was stood on the mat when they were running those balls up, so what difference did it make? Who was there to obstruct? What a load of nonsense. What sort of game are we playing here, really, eh?
We're not. We're standing there commentating, Andrew. Have you not noticed? we might as well pack in and just get a pair of comfy chairs, mate.
Good length, couple of foot wide. But he's only missed the road with a few inches. He likes this, does Dan. Trotting after it. Needs to drop its sand any time. Good ball. Good ball. Now then, yellow ball. Now then, yellow ball. They might be saying this has won it in a minute. Needs some bias. Needs to find some bias. Where's the bias gone?
It didn't want a peg.
Well, one of the crowd is signalling that the red ball's in. Not a lot of danger here, really. He's trying to see. No, he's going to gap. Might knock his own out. Oh, nearly. 14 across. It's a thriller, is this game? Thriller. Some scores still on. Liam Mercer is now trailing Bailey Rice 15-12. And number 19, Stephen Kelly of the Isle of Man, is 16-10 up against Jack Bushell of Cheshire. Those are the scores on the doors.
A little bit about the players. We've got Dan Bodley, who's 18-year-old. Works part-time, but he's also a full-time student. Using a bit of a £2.10 Red Drake's Pride.
Oh.
This is his first outing in the event, and he's the Staffordshire Junior Merit Champion, captain of the Staffordshire Juniors when they won the supplementary, and a finalist in the Junior George Masters.
Oh, very good.
And if any young ladies are watching, I do actually have on this form his address and his email if they have contact details.
Yeah, it's not the young men I'm worried about, it's you. Well, Andrew, what's gone on with this ball? Needs to trickle.
Needs a kick.
Well, it's good enough. It's good enough. It's as good as a toucher is that ball, by the way. 15-14 to the man in blue, playing with the yellow balls all the way from Wrexham. From that place we can't pronounce.
That's why we're just calling it Wrexham.
Yeah, not real anyway. Reminds me of a joke, but I'm not allowed to tell it. Playing thumb peg. We're in 3/4 corners on this Walsgrave Bowling Club green. He's stalking it. He's played a real ball, you know. There's nothing up with that. Nothing up with that. Good ball. Foot short. Bang in front. The Staffordshire supporters have suddenly gone a little bit quiet. This ball needs to trail. Needs to trail.
What an effort this is.
Needs to run. Can't, can it?
Half a roll short.
Just giving up.
Literally half a roll short.
Cream this out, but it's had a jump early on. Don't think this will get there. It's still going though. Still going. Wouldn't have been so bad without that jump. Now then, Dan can afford to reach. Play a yard over, hit that ball full, make 2.
Still looking at it.
He needs some luck. Needs some luck.
Oh my word.
He's had some luck, but he's still not in. Yes, the Welshman signals 17-14. Dan's just looking at the mat, wondering what's going on.
Conditions are getting no easier. It's getting
it's still
blustery wind.
Still very blustery. That's an excellent descriptive word for these conditions. Blustery. The trees are blowing in the wind.
The trees are dancing in the breeze.
Dancing in the, well, I think it's more than a breeze, to be fair. It's, yeah, it's more like winter bowling conditions than August anyway. Andrew playing finger peg up the edge and
not give it a chance really.
He just played short. It's all uphill with a pegs away from the ditch, and then it falls off a bit of a lump, and
this can't pass the jack.
It'll just go in, but it'll never be a good one. Now then, he's certainly further. Tell him he may put his own in if it connects full.
No, half bowl. No. Chance now. You would think he's
got to be careful though. Got to be careful. Very easy to knock that ball in. He sends them very much like me, this young man. Comes around his front foot. Oh, this isn't on the road.
Very much like yours.
No need for that. Well, 1 on the jack, 5-7 going home. All to play for. Where's he going to go?
Eye in the opposite corner.
There's a jack already down there. There's a very, very hard piece of land down in that corner. There's the very apex of that corner has been re-turfed, and it looks like not with bowling green grass, if that makes any sense. It looks a bit like meadow grass to me, but no one is sent it off.
Wow.
Could that be a critical error, Steve, in your professional opinion?
Well, it depends what young Mr. Armstrong decides to do with the jack.
He'll just give you a bit of a glance there, Steve, as if to say, what do you know?
Which is probably a fair question.
Well, true.
Back on this edge.
Thumb peg, bias to the crown. And it's pegging up. Doesn't look, as I said earlier, it's uphill to the club, so it must just rise at the edges here. This looks okay to me. Not the world's worst lead in that corner. They dribble about and they do all sorts.
Quite a quick finish.
Yeah, very quick finish. This is okay. This is okay. Nothing over. I think they're a little bit bereft of bias, those balls, you know. doing all sorts. They're certainly weaker than these red balls. Well, can't fault it yet. Picks the jack up, might make a brace, will it? No. He's won it. Definitely won it. Been fortunate.
Got to be a little bit careful here, because obviously you'd think, well, does he try and play a dead one? Does he try and basically barely caress the jack for 2?
Any touch on the jack goes to the back ball. I think he needs to be brave. I think he needs to play a running ball.
Just don't get underneath.
Don't get underneath. Make sure you're tight. Running ball.
Sit out for 2.
Sit it out for 2. Only a guard over. Nothing silly. Well, that's easy said. Well, he's definitely reached, you know. He's underneath. He's underneath the archers here. Underneath the archers. They don't peg uphill.
Really, at that kind of speed.
He's called for the measures.
Who has?
The Welshman has called for the measures.
Red ball for me, sure.
Red ball's on with well enough. Yeah, I think I might have left the other ball in and measured that one as well if these are getting measured. Jeepers. Nobody's coming on. I'm sure they'll be here in 10 minutes or so. Well, from our vantage point...
You're almost tempted to shout measures on their behalf because they might hear us.
And a little bit of news, Bailey Rice has gone through into the semi-final with a 21-15 win over Liam Mercer of Greater Manchester. That's Yorkshire's Bailey Rice, 21-15. He will now play Ryan Walters, the Merseyside lad from the Midlands. That makes any sense. Yeah. Oh. Well, I can't believe it.
Yellow ball
I
in.
cannot believe it.
How did he pick it? How did that happen?
I've seen it, but I don't believe it, Steve.
Is it like that controversial measure from the Waterloo that you put on YouTube some time ago?
That is incredible. I would have put your life on that.
Well,
that red ball being in.
It does question his choice of second ball when you're playing 2 yards over when you think you might be on.
Well, something's not right there. It looked to me like the second measure was they were measuring further up the jet. Well, anyway, let's not get into that. One to the Welshman, Andrew Armstrong, 18-15.
Well, he's chasing after it, and
it's all right.
I understand why.
It's all right. It's a real one. Now then.
Listen for the click.
Listen for the click, indeed. What a very, very good ball. That'll definitely keep the cold out.
Extra bias not helping them because Andrew's bowls drop down to the jack.
And the result of another game. Number 19, Stephen Kelly of the Isle of Man, 21. Jack Bushell from Cheshire, 14. So that's 21-14 to the man from the Isle of Man.
Well, played at it, thumb peg.
No.
Oh. Well, trying to play round the short bowl.
Well, it was always going to be difficult. It looked bang in the way.
So one of the more difficult shots to play, that really.
Yeah. He had to be careful not to be outside the line because he could have taken his own out. It was all fraught with danger, really. It was a very hard shot to play. So that's 19-15, Andrew Armstrong. It's been a game not full of controversy, but there's certainly been a little bit. Been warned by Mr. Andrews, the referee, as seen on TV.
Not got his hat on today.
No, not got his hat. Did you know he once warned me for stamping, would you believe?
You? Surely not.
Warned me for stamping. Good ball, Andrew. Oh, look at it, still going.
Is that when you can still catch them?
I bet I could outrun you in a running race.
Well, hell, Keith could outrun me in a run.
Well, there you go. Well, this can't fail, surely. Even I can see that red ball's in. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely won it. Definitely won it.
Just checking, confirming it.
Well, he's certainly reached. He looks like it's got a chance. This ball needs to collapse.
What a good
Done
ball.
It? Oh,
robbed it. Absolutely robbed it.
I thought he had the jack all the way.
Any kind of connection on the jack would have been, well, certainly one. May have actually stayed in to lie up. Now, needs to get another. Needs to run. This needs all help it can get, but it's going to be short.
Not going to get there. Not going to get there. But it's 16-19, still in with a chance. Still going. That's the main thing. Still going.
Finger peg mark. Obviously decided to change the land well away from this edge they've been playing on. Underneath the crown. It'll be a quick finish off the crown, but he's left a short one.
Yeah.
Not happy with that.
Definitely.
Wanders off, shaking his head.
It obviously runs eventually, but it's all uphill till about now. And now there's a little bit of finish, not a massive amount, just gone in.
Crept past. Economical, as they say. Economical.
Just gone in.
Got to be a little bit careful, because you're thinking, well, I finished 2 yards short there. I suggest you put 2 yards in it, you may have trouble stopping them.
I think it just needs a yard of running, is better.
Trotting
further.
After it.
It's roaded. It'll be all over the jack, this. Not too shabby, that. Got to be careful. Well, he's certainly give it the land.
Just too far.
Got to be too far. Can't stop.
One more.
17-19.
2 in it. Only 2 in it.
Ooh, 17-19. They're all on the edge of their seat. The crowd are biting their nails.
The jack got a bit of a... didn't get a smooth travel.
Well, I'm not surprised. There's still plenty of leaves, and that's after 20 minutes of clearing them. There's... Oh, dearie me. Needed a lead.
They could do with removing that oak tree that's just fell down in front of the jack.
There is a massive branch in front of it. Ball just... Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. He likes that. Well, you need to beat that, or else I think your number's going to be up. Something wrong with it. Something wrong with it. Goes out.
Chance for game.
Now then. Got to take the chance. Got to take it when they come up. The Welshman. Runner-up in the Welsh Junior Merit, the Oswestry doubles and the Bradley Open doubles champion. He's an apprentice electrician now.
He's after it.
He likes it. He's signalling 2 already. Wade in, wade in.
Thank you very much.
Well played, very well played indeed. 21-17. Andrew Armstrong into this. Sorry for laughing. Just heard that Burnley's gone 2 up. Anyway, so that means the semi-finals look like Ryan Walters of Merseyside will play. I forgot. Bailey Rice of Yorkshire.
Have you got all excited?
I've got all excited. I've got all the dither. And Stephen Kelly of the Isle of Man will take on the impressive Andrew Armstrong of Wales in the semi-final of the Briggs Equipment UK-sponsored British Crown Green Junior Merit. We're just going to take a very quick break and join us when the action recommences. And welcome back to Walsgrave Bowls Club for the semi-finals of the BCGBA Junior Merit, sponsored by Briggs Equipment UK. And the game we're going to join is the first semi-final, Ryan Walters of Merseyside versus Bailey Rice of Yorkshire. And whilst you've been away, we've had a bit of a downpour, we've had a bit of wind, we've had a bit of sunshine. To say it's changeable is an understatement.
Four seasons in one day.
Well, that's Britain for you. Now, we watched Ryan in the last 8. This is our first sight of Bailey Rice, son of well-known lady bowler Lisa Rice. So it's a battle of the bowling sons.
I'm not quite sure where you got them bowls from.
Well, a pair of sovereign,
Good
2 6s in some sort of yellow and black motif. Meanwhile, Ryan's playing with a traditional set of black Drake's Pride XLs.
Which will stop in a minute when it's aboard.
I saw Bailey's second round game and he played very, very well in the corners. Looks well up for this. Running after them. Well, decent over a distance. Ryan's got to adjust a little bit.
This needs to run.
Well, it's trying its best. He was almost signalling one down there.
He might be signalling two up instead.
Yeah, we're going to say he's a little bit premature. Giving it a good look. Yeah, conceded 2 cheapens, so that's 4-0 after 2 ends. You can't do better than that. I'm a little bit concerned about the crowd. It's got even worse. Have they all gone sheltering somewhere? Do you think they're watching footy results inside?
Oh, they've come to this side of the green. I think there's a bit more shelter from the elements.
It's worrying to see most of the players already gone. You're not involved in a day like this all too often, and I thought, just out of courtesy, they might stay a little bit longer than some of them have. They've literally put the balls in the bag and off they go. But
they'd stay till the end if they were still in it.
Absolutely, but that might be up to the parents. You never know, or the lift or whatever. You never know the situation, so I'm not too critical, but it would have been nice to see more players here.
They might be on a 2-day trip back up the M6.
Yeah, it felt like a 2-day trip coming down the M6.
People have been talking around the greens about why aren't comps more supportive, why don't people travel no more? They may not travel no more because they can't be bothered sitting on the M6
Well, that's one of my reasons I don't go in anywhere near as many comps as I used to, because I just cannot be bothered sitting in the traffic. Not only is it expensive, it's time consuming, and I'd rather spend more time at home with the family these days.
Absolutely. Far better thing to be doing.
Once upon a time, I wouldn't have thought twice of jumping in a car and driving for 2 hours, but when 2 hours turns into 3 hours, etc., etc.
When 2 hours turns to be somewhere that previously you could get to in about 3/4 of an hour.
Indeed.
I know someone coming down from the northwest last night to stay overnight for this event. They had a 4-hour journey. It's ridiculous.
See, I won't entertain the M6 on a Friday. This is in danger of turning into grumpy old men.
Yeah, we do it quite well, to be fair. This is the future, Andrew.
This is the future, yeah. The future's bright. Well, the future's bright for Bailey Rice at the minute. It's 5-0 up. Playing well in the corners. I think a yard ball on here in the corners is a real one, but he's missed the road with this. He's missed it entirely. Might even be in the way of the other game. Yeah, they don't peg uphill, Bailey, that's for sure. But he's in.
And Ryan's done the same, followed them.
Yeah.
His radar's off. Someone switched the radar back on.
I think it's just a very tricky piece of land. 6 without. 6 without after 4 ends. Meanwhile, in the other game, Andrew Armstrong from Wrexham is leading Stephen Kelly 3-0. So Bailey's not going to change it, playing thumb, very athletic delivery. Nice stride out, back leg perpendicular to the ground. He's putting the jack, he's put the jack right on top of the cliff face. Anything past that jack, it'll disappear from our view. You see the ball not running. I think that's been wind affected, that ball.
See a lot of bowling actions affected by the wind. We see a very slow, graceful delivery, and the ball just is delivered perfectly, and it just almost got a mind of its own, and it honed in on the jack. And you've got an action like Bailey's, which is almost like a launch. There's a launch Launch sequence.
Launch protocol, yes. He needs launch control with this ball though. Going to go out. Very lax end. That's the first real bit of a chance that Ryan's had. Has he taken it? I think he has.
Now Bailey's looking at these. Bless you, Andrew.
Bless me. I do apologise. Surely this short ball can't be in. It may only be one, of course. And they're measuring. Now what are they measuring?
They must be further through than they look from here. Oh, well.
Jeepers. That, from our commentary on a position which is at ground level, the black ball looks about a yard past the jack at the very most, and the tiger ball looks about 3 yards short. So you must forgive us if we're giving you some wrong info there. Well, no, it's in comfortably, but
in by the width of a jack. No messing around from Ryan, trying to get back on this bit of land he was played so successfully on in the previous round against Zach Walker. Finger peg straight towards us.
Well, I think he's on the better side of the jack. It'll fall a little bit, but now it'll run straight. Just short. Unfortunately, we don't have the Twitter feed today, but if anyone wants to get in touch with us, either, well, via Facebook, really be the best bet, on the Crown Green Bowls page on Facebook. But there's a thread on there if you want to get in touch, say anything. There are a few things we don't know about these players, such as what clubs they play for. We've got the inside leg measurement, waist size, etc., but not what clubs they play for. Now Bailey's in. Spins them out a little bit like me, you know. Just off the fingers.
With a kinked wrist?
We're not talking about kinked wrists. I don't know what you're going on about now. It stops quick. Only little lows, 2 6s. Won't run downstairs. Armpit job. 8-1 up the trainee accountant. I think he's from Pudsey. Is it Pudsey way? I'm not just sure. Bradford maybe. Over that way. Thumb peg, yeah. Spins them out. Walking right up the line. Not bothering Ryan though. Good lead.
Well, you can walk up the line, but you can't obstruct the view of your bowl, and he didn't do that. Just for any referees at home.
Is it obstruction the line or the bowl? I would have personally.
Bowl right. Good bowl for Ryan.
I thought it was just obstructing the view.
I don't think your opponent needs to be able to see what happens to your bowl, so you can't obstruct the line of the bowl. The jack can be hidden by, another end that you're playing behind. It doesn't really make a difference, but I think you do realise I'm going to get absolutely slaughtered by your own home.
You haven't got a clue what you're talking about.
But you're the one asking me.
I am asking you, and you're just clueless. Instead of Q man, it should be clueless.
Well, why? If I don't know, why ask me? You just
because you're supposed to be the expert.
Well, if you're asking me, then therefore you know less than somebody you say knows.
I know less than. Look, I'm just a talent.
Are you indeed?
I'm here to keep this show on the road.
If you are the face of Crown Green Bowls, then we've all got a problem.
I don't think so.
The game's not getting any better for Ryan. He played an absolute cracking bowl to get in. Probably played a safe second bowl thinking, well, I don't want to do any damage. Counts 1 and jack, so that's not the end of the world, and wangs the jack off. So loses all control of line and length, and Bailey's played, well, trying back on this finger peg mark that was on a bit of a knife edge over the crown.
Well surmised.
Wasn't bad, was it? At least I was actually following what I was doing. You see.
Well, I was. I just
couldn't be bothered.
No, it's not that. Not that at all.
He's played one here.
He's a good one. No tuck with that. Where do you stand on the mat issue?
Well, somewhere near it.
Somewhere, is that all? Somewhere near it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the question has to be, and it has been by many people, it says like on delivery, well, what is it the start of delivery? Is it the actual release of the bowl?
It's a very, very poor rule, in my opinion.
Well, it's only a good rule if you any rule is only useful if you can police it. And
absolutely.
If you're talking about policing all the rules of the game, you need 2 referees per game, one stand at the end of the jack.
Just imagine that.
Oh,
8 referees on the green. Jeepers.
They can pick up the leads while they're doing it.
Doesn't bear thinking about.
Oh. 3-8, and Ryan hopefully
has he kept the jack on?
Well, he's kept it out of one of those mines at the far end of the green as well.
That's half the battle. I wouldn't mind us going back to the good old days, you know, with the big LP-sized mat. I'm told it was a far more interesting game and it protected the green more. But when you look at the photos, they're still not stood on it. So what difference does that make? How can you not stand on a 12-inch mat?
You may not remember, I'm not sure you were there for that year. One of the years that Jimmy Parker ran the festival over in Portugal, he had a bit of a flat green thing going on. A big, one of those huge flat green mats, and Gary Ellis didn't stand on that either. He missed it.
It was hilarious watching all the crown green bowlers stood as close to the mat as they, and over it, and the flat green bowlers are stood bang in the middle of it, all the foot on it. Just the difference in the 2 games summed up in one thing there. 2 to Bailey, 10-3. This is looking dark for Ryan. He just doesn't seem as confident as he did in the quarter-finals. He looked all over the game to me, and meanwhile in the other game, Andrew Armstrong's 10-2 up against Stefan Kelly. Is this just a game too far for the Isle of Man lad? Looking like it. Well, Bailey, you've led one here. You've led one here. That's a good one. Good ball there.
Ryan's looking at this, but can't be. It's
tight.
Round
the corner. More chance of you winning the end than that ball.
Little chance then.
Well, needs to grind. And it has done. Gets one. Well, better with this, you know. Better with this. Needs to stop now.
Needs a connection. Nope. Save though. Must have saved, yep.
You knew the cue, man.
Ryan's just struggling for a bit of
length.
Yeah.
Basically.
And line.
Well, I think one follows the other. I think he's just struggling a little bit. Both 17 years old. This is the first time Bailey's been in this event, and it's the second time for Ryan.
Well, Ryan, along with Jordan McDermott, have been probably over their junior bowling career, probably been the 2 most consistent. Probably the best way of describing it.
Well,
they're both been.
Just looking at his CV, Ryan's CV, he's won the Junior Merit twice at his county. He's won the Colwyn Bay Junior Festival, and he's been the runner-up 4 times in the Fleetwood Festival event. That's consistency for you, 4 times. Meanwhile, Bailey, he was the under-16 Yorkshire champion last year, and this year was the under-18 Yorkshire champion.
That's no mean achievement.
Which takes some doing. It does take some doing. Well, he's wafting it on. Further the better. Further the better.
Room for Ryan, but he needs to step in. He needs to start putting some pressure on Bailey.
Nearly goes out, this missing. Does go out. Does go out. Armpit job. Well, it's going dark for Ryan, I'm afraid. 13-3, and it's coinciding with the nicest weather of the day. Now then, Bailey, have you just moved it slightly?
Quick football update for all those. I won't mention the Burnley game because obviously that's not taken place. The Man City supporters around the country, can't be that many of them, they're quite happy with a 4-1 victory at Stoke. All the Potters won't be very happy at that one. There's not a huge amount of goals elsewhere. The Filth are drawing 1-1 at West Brom. And Chelsea are getting beat at Watford.
Who did you say at West Brom? Is that Everton?
Yes.
Right, I'll translate. It means Everton. Whereas the rest of the world use the word filth for another team.
I use it for them as well.
Well, that must make it very confusing when the filth play the filth.
It's one of the nicer things they're called, Everton.
Is that another 2? It is. 15-3. 15-3. Looking very, very dark.
We would normally be making plans because, unfortunately, this game is running away from Ryan, really, and Bailey's dominating it. And we'll be thinking, well, on conclusion of this game, we may flip over to the other semi-final, but that's in a very similar position as young Mr. Armstrong is absolutely playing very, very well.
I did tip him, I think, when I got here, if you remember.
Yeah.
I did say I wish there'd have been a book here because I would have backed him. He in the first round he played a lad called Will Mosley from Derbyshire, and he absolutely plattered it, a little round peg mark. And I just had a feeling, and then he had it all on with that Danielle Eccles, if you remember. We saw the end of that game. She played very, very well indeed. Could have easily gone out. But back to the Bailey Ryan game. He's just moved this. Admit that this is a treacherous piece of land. Looking at this, going all over the crown. Anything tight, whipping round the corner. Well, Ryan, you must be better with this.
Too far.
Oh, it's too far. It's going out.
Would it save even?
No.
No. 2 more.
Wow. 17-3. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thought it at this stage? 17-3.
When you consider how well Ryan has played all day, and particularly in the game against Zach Walker, I know, say, Bailey's played well. Ryan's not just put any pressure on him at all.
No, he's not competed this game. I don't know. He's just gone on, looked a different player altogether. And I think at this age, that's something that is sometimes a problem, the consistency. They're not machines. They're still learning the game, learning to pace themselves. Very easy to play your final early doors in these events. You want to play your best game in the final, but obviously not go out. Easier said than done. And Bailey, for me, he's played superb. Played a very tricky mark. He's not stood them all over the jack, but there's no need to do on this green, I don't think. I think it's a very, very tricky green. Not close played. Line another 2. Well, can you get here? Can you get here, Ryan? Got a save. Yeah. Save 1. 18-3. 18-3.
I don't know if it's the complexities of Bailey's action, but Ryan's not really looking like he can follow it. He can't really read what's going on.
He's just whipping them out with his hand. They're spinning out a little bit, a bit like Glyn Cookson. He's a bit similar. Yeah. Spins them out. Sometimes very easy not to follow the exact road. And this has come out like a Rubik's cube. Probably a nose ender, but no, it can't get there. It came out bad. It had a little hop, skip, and a jump to start with. It wasn't on the road. Wasn't a length. Apart from that, it weren't so bad. Look at this now, it's glorious. Wish we were in the sunshine rather than in the shade.
You weren't saying that when it was raining, Andrew.
No, you're right, I wasn't. Did you see me picking the leaves up earlier?
I
by
did,
the way?
yeah. It's quite impressive.
Nobody filmed that, did they? No. Well, he's turned his peg, come at it thumb. Obviously the easier way in, played a good ball. Nothing wrong with that.
Now, if it's only one, Ryan should really be trying to put that over the fence, but
well, he hasn't done. He's played finger. He must be tight. He knows it's tight. He's just inspecting the laces on his trainers.
You do kind of wonder what the thought process was behind that, because if you had the back bowl, playing the same bowl as his first wouldn't have actually been the worst thing.
No, correct. But he's ended up, I think he's just missed the road more than anything.
He's trying to play a front toucher when he's a country mile behind.
All but 3. That's the headline of this particular game.
You do realise I'm going to get stick off the family now because we're broadcasting Ryan getting a
we didn't know, did we?
No.
We didn't know.
It's not our fault.
And we've not mentioned his hair in this game.
No.
Jeez. Well, I like this a lot. That's not too shabby there. 17 inches at the side of the jack. It's been good enough the last few ends. Well, have I spoke too soon? Commentator's curse.
That's the first time Ryan's got a ball within about 5 foot this way.
I think that's gone in. Now then, Bailey. Now he's trotting after it. Big effort. Needs a jack.
Has he gapped it? Has it stopped?
1 it for me.
Little 2 6s.
1 it for me. Little 2 6s. Flop back as well. I think it's 1 it. Oh, he likes yours, but I'll measure it. Jeepers. Don't say things like that. Just say it's a measure.
Ryan maybe trying to just nudge his own closer. He's not done anything with this ball.
He needs to reach it first.
To be honest, if he was told he was 1 down, he'd probably be trying to. We should be trying to play that counting ball out. But
actually, that's not bad. Give them the hope that they're in, and then they'll play short. But I'd never condone anything like that. The other game at the minute, 13-7 to Andrew Armstrong. Playing well against the lad from the Isle of Man, Stefan Kelly.
Stefan's used, well, he saw Andrew playing up this edge so well, and when he did get in, he went, right, we're not staying round here, and has gone as far away from it as humanly possible.
Yes, he was right with his synopsis.
A synopsis? Oh, my word.
It's a common word round our parts.
I can think of a few more common words round your parts. I've been round
benefits, unemployment. Oh no, sorry, I thought you meant your parts.
Strangely enough, when I was last round your way playing at the wonderful Gaggles Club, one thing that I remarked to myself, I was driving, think I've never seen so much cobblers.
Plenty of cobblers, yeah. And haberdashers. You don't see haberdashers all over the place.
You know, in big cities, they went out of fashion about the 1980s.
Yeah, correct. We've still got a temperance bar. It's Britain's last temperance bar in Rawtenstall, Fitzpatrick's. Nothing to do with Robbie, thankfully.
Temperance bar?
Temperance bar, yes. My dad used to take me, and we'd had a black beer, rum and raisin, but, well, not rum, black beer and raisin. Sarsaparilla.
Sarsaparilla?
Sarsaparilla.
My word.
Now then, last ball is in. There's all sorts going on. He can't play. There's balls in the way and all sorts. Well, he's not sure what sort of was reached. Needs a contact. Needs a contact. He's done it. Has he done it? He's done it. Weighed in at Bogside.
Is it?
Thought it was 20. Was it? No, we just had a message from our usual. Is he a producer? Would you say?
Director.
Director.
Yeah.
Director. Yeah, Director Dave. A big shout out to Dave. He's been doing a bit of moonlighting at the Sheffield Wednesday Leeds game on the.
He got pimped out, didn't he?
Pimped out. Does the big screen for them. And leaves us in the lurch with this lot of amateurs that we've got left. Well, I miss him. I miss Dave. Nice to hear somebody's watching anyway.
Must have now else to do.
Well, how did Leeds go on, by the way?
Consult the phone, hang on.
I must admit, I thought Bailey was all but. I thought he was, but he was obviously 19. I must have miscalculated at one end.
Sweet merciful heavens, Leeds have won.
No, I'm not having that. Leeds have won.
Leeds have beat Sheffield Wednesday 2-0.
Not having it. That's a misprint. That's how many managers they've had since last week. He's persisting in playing ridiculously hard marks with his first ball and then turning over with his second. Needs to stop. It will trickle there. Well, shouldn't be good enough. Should not be good enough at this stage, but this has got to win it all week, surely. All week. 2. 6:20. Just got to try and make it look as respectable as possible. Now, what are you going to do? Where are you going to go? With finger peg, straight mark against the crown, so it'll slip and slide a bit, and then at the finish it should peg a little bit.
The way he's been playing in this semi-final, I wouldn't go anywhere near his mum if I were him.
He's played a decent lead.
That's what, 18 inches, 2 foot away. Bailey's looking at this. If it runs a bit more, it must win.
Gone in.
One down, as Julie has told Ryan. Last bowl's on. Needs to try and save.
This is reached.
Body language is not great.
This is reached.
He's underneath again.
Underneath and out. Over and out. That's Bailey Rice. Our first player into the final. Bailey Rice, 21-6 against Ryan Walters of Merseyside. 17-year-old Bailey awaits the winner.
Andrew Armstrong's game in the second semi-final, 18-7 with Stephen Kelly from the Isle of Man.
We'll hopefully switch over and just watch the end of that. Played a good ball.
Andy's looking at this, trying to play some, thinking about to lick it. Well, he's after this. He's looking at it. Clear.
Oof, what a good ball.
What a wonderful ball that was.
I didn't think he could get to the jack.
Your
number's up.
I don't think anyone could think that you could get to the jack.
Well, nullified end. And Jack will come back on as far as the referee chucks it. And Andrew will send the jack out. 72 minutes played in the Burnley game, still 2-0, so there's bags of time for Burnley to mess that one up yet.
Bad news in one of the other games. The team that cannot be named has got another.
Rovers?
2-1.
Are they playing? That team, Rovers, are they playing?
I'll do more research on my phone. Hang on.
He's tiring me out, is this Andrew Armstrong? He's running after every ball now. I'm going to be falling asleep on my own.
The team that you don't like are currently 2-1 up against Burton.
There's always some bad news, isn't there? Every silver lining has a cloud. Good ball, Andrew. Well, Stefan
didn't mess around with that. He just sent it.
He's close here. Done it for me. Oh.
Add it all the way.
Hard lines. 19-7. Been 2 runaway games.
I have no idea what you're on about.
In the Briggs Equipment UK sponsored BCGBA Junior Merit Finals. (19-7), 2 more required. If I was a betting man, it'd be 4 to 5, take your pick. Because I can't split these two. I think they're both very, very good players. That's assuming, of course, Andrew sees this game out.
Well, it needs to run this bowl.
How much more does it need to run? I think it's nearly a reel, and by the way, where it is. I know it's a good yard short, but one of them, you'd rather have it than lick it.
This has passed it. It may go past it too far.
Has it passed it? Have another look.
Well, it would have passed it.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda, Mr. Q man.
Knocked it a good one now.
Well,
this is on better land than
can't
the
fault
jack.
it yet.
It's on better land than the jack.
Can't fault it yet. Well, you'd be rampaging at them. You'd be rampaging, and he has. If his chances, nullified end, good results. That's the best he could have hoped for. Nullified end. Finger peg. Up the pub edge. Bias to the crown, bending up. Then it hits a little lump in the green. And starts nullifying the bias. Not the world's worst lead on the mark. Happy with that.
If every lead you sent was that far off, you'd be happy.
Look at this though. Oh, it's that. Oh, it's a twig and stopped it. What a good ball. It was going out missing. It was going out missing the twig. Well, is he too high? Needs to collapse. Needs to collapse. Done it. Done it. Oh, has it? Oh, not done enough.
Referee says Stephen Kelly is on.
6 inch shorter pace.
Can he get another?
6 inch shorter pace for the perfect ball. So, 8-19. Stephen Kelly from the Isle of Man. He needs a 13 break. He's led out thumb peg. Outside the line. Andrew didn't step in.
Must peg away soon. This bowl narrow from hand.
Well,
ton of room. If you're not sure what to do with it, just put it by the jack.
He stood up very quickly after sending this. It's anywhere in Coventry, it wins it surely. Yeah.
Looks a good one when it finished. I'm not sure. I'm not sure he was that confident when he let it go.
When he sent it, it came out like a hot potato.
I'll just give a quick shout out to a little company that have assisted us in the broadcast today, Mr. S.J. Delaney. I presume it's Mr. S.J. Delaney. Scaffolding, who have kindly erected the scaffolding who 2 cameramen are perched upon under the trees.
A very good job.
Yeah. If it starts thunder and lightning, I'm fairly certain they'll be down a bit quick.
I thought that's where we were going to be. I mean, you can give out the mobile number if you want.
Yeah. I need to put my glasses on.
That's what the interweb's for, isn't it?
Well, the Delaney company have done a grand job.
They have indeed. Well, good and now. Good ball, Stefan. Do you remember Stephen Dennis? Out to neighbours.
Well, didn't know him personally.
No.
Is he back in it?
I haven't watched Neighbours since I was 17 years old. Well, not heard anything. Must have gone off. So can he get another today? Take it to double figures. He's reached. Goes off missing. Yeah, only the one. 920. Maybe that's who he was named after.
That's the thing, right? You know.
Maybe.
His bowl. He picked his bowl up. He conceded.
What are you talking about?
Well, you see that ball. He picked his bowl up.
Picked his ball. He went to the ditch.
There was a ball on the green that he moved before the second ball had ceased its momentum.
No, it hadn't. He picked it out of the ditch, you clown. Put your glasses on.
They're in the car.
You see the ball, it picked up pace going over the crown. Very, very severe slope just after the crown there. Are all the greens difficult down in Coventry?
The ones I've been on have. There's a few I don't particularly want to go anywhere near. Well, one in particular I don't want to go anywhere near in my life. Hornswood's flat.
What's the one that's on Newdigate? That's an upside down ball, isn't it? Everything goes to middle at green there.
I played on that. Yeah, that's not. I think not so bad. It's not very great when they're wrapping it all over.
No.
Yeah, it's not in the Cowden.
Have you had confirmation that it's at Cowden next year?
I've not had any confirmation at all. I think they're still investigating.
I think Bedworth maybe. Well, this is a different road. Needs to peg a lot. Just beats that, it wins it.
Fell the right way
now
for
then.
it. Well.
Yeah, the signals wonders. The Welshman, he likes it.
Waiting to shake hands.
Well,
throws his rag in the air. Oh, measures called.
Measuring. Pair of measurers.
He's wandered off thinking, what are they measuring that for? No, we're still waiting for confirmation of the venue for the Flowfit British Senior Merit event for next year. There are a couple of possibilities. They're just
Bedworth would be hilarious.
Cowden would be hilarious.
Well,
either one would be equally as funny.
Yeah, slack band. Andrew Armstrong 21. Stephen Kelly 9. That puts Andrew in the final against Bailey Rice from Yorkshire. What a final that's going to be. And welcome back to the Walsgrave Bowling Club for the grand finale of today's coverage of the BCGBA Junior Merit, sponsored by Briggs Equipment UK. You haven't missed a second of the bowling. They're just coming onto the green. In red, Bailey Rice from Yorkshire, and in the blue, Andrew Armstrong of Wales. Maybe should have been the other way around, colour-wise, but we've got Bailey playing with orange and black tiger bowls, and Andrew Armstrong playing with yellow. Should be colourful. Should be able to tell who's who. Just having a quick photo with the Deputy President before the start. Paul Ashmore on the green, officiating, tossing the coin.
It's interesting about North Midlands bowls. It's probably, I think it's the smallest county apart from the Isle of Man. Smallest mainland county.
So I've been told, yeah.
So you definitely have to fight above the weight.
So here we go.
No surprise with the jack, thumb peg towards, well, the corner by the pub, which is the edge that Andrew Armstrong has been trying to get on in every game. Trotted after it. Happy with it.
Yeah, good start, no trouble with that. Trying to follow in the footsteps of some of his Welsh compatriots. Just looking down the winners list. G. Jones and Mike Helliwell. We've had plenty of runners up.
Saw him a couple of years ago, Mike Helliwell.
Yeah.
Last year it was.
Still playing.
Yeah.
Still playing. Plenty of runners up as well. Nobody won it recently though from the country of Wales. Of course, the runner-up last year was from Wales, Jay Langford. Or will it be Bailey Rice taking it back to Yorkshire? And they seem to have had more winners than any other county. They had the very first winner back in 1974, Jay Garbett of Yorkshire. Nigel Cranston won it a few years later.
Saw him last night. His lad's playing very well, Preston.
Yes, I played Nigel's lad in the Murfield League on Tuesday night. I left him in the 8 hole, I think it was. No, it wasn't. It was more than that. It was 12. See, I have a very poor short-term memory. Craig Newton, another Yorkshire winner. Just going through the winners here. And then we've got to the Ditchfield domination years. Danny Towning was the last Yorkshire winner, 2012. Probably someone else who you saw last night. He plays at Briggs. But at the minute it's early days. Who wins? 4 to 5, take your pick as far as I'm concerned. They both fully deserve the place in this final. Oh, he's dragged it out, too. Armpit job. And they're playing for first prize of £200 and a magnificent silver trophy, probably the nicest trophy that the British Crown Green have. It's absolutely beautiful. I've never had my hands on it.
It's certainly the most expensive trophy they've got. You've got to have trophy insurance these days, and it prevents the trophy from leaving the custody of the association. You can't get insurance. You'd love for that for the whole that is put it on a very big mantelpiece for the year, but it's just that will create a panic in the Lloyd's insurance market.
The George Davis Trophy at Colwyn Bay is the same. That has to stay in the council offices. Well, can't fail this, can it? Yeah, gone in. 1-3. Bailey's on the scoreboard. Looks like it's being played in very good spirits at the moment. Nice to see. Two young lads, good players. Oof, nearly dropped the phone then.
Finger peg mark from Bailey underneath the crown with that little spinning action of his, dragging it up.
Yeah. So I think mark I'd be dragging out. Just a yard short of being a real good bowl, that.
This has acted a bit differently off the crown. Whereas Bailey's bowl's pegged, this slightly weaker bowl of Andy Armstrong's dropped about 2 yards.
I think they're definitely weaker. We noticed that in one of the earlier games. They seem to sink like stones at certain points. He's improved here. Good ball. I can't really pick a winner between these two. They both played really good bowls today. Either would fully deserve. He's fired up for this, is the Welshman.
He wasn't sure about that bowl. No. Previously, he's been after every bowl like a lion after a gazelle. Whereas that one, he thought about it. They realised he had a good, and then chased after it like he's like a £5 note that's flying away in the breeze.
Don't forget, the winner of this event also gets in the Champ of Champs at Blackpool, an event that we will be covering, I think.
Hope so.
Full time at Turf Moor.
Oh dear.
Little Burnley 2, multi-million-pound arrogant Liverpool 0.
Bloody
and
hell.
it's your year this year, isn't it?
They'll be coming out of the Black Hills of Lancashire.
Don't worry about that.
The sheep will be nervous.
They won't at all. There'll be all sorts on Facebook tonight. Those Man United fans just won't know what to say first.
This is flying out with a miss. I don't think they'll be saying that, to be fair. We're just actually viewing from our commentary box here a bit of BCGBA inspired ribbon tying on the trophy.
Why red and white?
I have no idea.
Yeah. Everyone seems to be coming up to Steve, pointing at him with 2 fingers raised. I don't know what's that about. What's going on
no
there?
idea.
Seems a bit harsh. I'm going to make a prediction, Steve.
What's that?
This game's going to be 21-20.
Is it really?
It's going to be 21-20. It's going to be a 20 apiece last ball thriller.
Well, they're playing what we described before as a bit of a nightmare of a mark.
Of course, I could he'll probably run out now. Probably get settled on this mark and run out.
We'll just delete that bit of commentary.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
from the highlights programme.
Now, if this ball gets over, well, it's made one. It's a good job it wasn't any further. It would have gone down in that hole, and you wouldn't have seen it again. Now then, Mr. Armstrong, have you sent it?
He's nowhere near as far as his first.
He's barely shouldering it round the corner. Shouldering it.
And
And watch it go now.
Bye-bye.
Watch it go. Armpit job now. Look at that, you see. Wow. If he does that anymore, he'll put his back out. So Bailey Rice from Yorkshire playing thumb peg right over the crown. Squiff that one out. That's a technical term, that, Steve, squiffing them out. Needs to stop any time. Dusty was the shout, and it has done. It's a real one now. I don't think that ball will get licked.
Not by this one. YTS man will be jumping out the way in a minute.
Watch out. I don't think he's covered by our insurance, the YTS man.
Bailey's ran after this, caught it up.
He's alright, look. It's alright. It's alright. It's alright. Nothing up with that there, you know. I don't think it'll get licked, thumb peg.
Referee's wandering over.
He's better here. He's better here. Did I say it wouldn't get licked? What do I know? Goes out.
Does it?
No.
Oh.
What a good ball. I thought he could have had 20 goals at that and not beat it where it is. I'll be getting sacked at this rate. Then again, nobody else will do it for the money.
True.
5 across. Andrew Armstrong, the Welsh Dragon, going back to his favoured edge mark.
He's after it.
No, nothing
Needs
up with
drop.
this.
Weak ball needs to drop now.
Oh, just introducing it to the jack.
Oh, very
introducing it. Must be underneath. Must be underneath. Get us another, was the cry. Get us another.
As the sun shines and the rain falls.
Yeah.
Needs to run to get another. Needs to finish well.
Well, there's a 2-shot on here. Will he play the 2-shot or will he just go for goal? Played the 2-shot. Played the 2-shot. Needs to get up underneath the archers. Can't peg uphill. Cannot peg uphill.
Surprise, surprise, this one, Andrew. Thumb peg.
Do you know, I could have had 20 guesses that and I wouldn't have picked this mark.
We've got a cameraman right behind the ends. You shouldn't be able to get much better pictures than the one you can get from there. I presume he's turned his camera on.
He had it on early. Well, it's live and let live sort of lead. Live and let live. This needs to run. Little ball needs to run. And that's all that ails it.
Just like a very slight uphill finish. What are you doing?
I can smell chips.
All right.
I can smell salt and vinegar chips.
You can smell chips from the next county.
Yeah, he's got one. He doesn't need to go a lot further.
Oh, but
good ball.
Bit of steering at the end.
He's very good to watch, this lad. Never seen him before.
This is on.
Well,
wow.
Better road, needs a connection.
Over the top
though.
now, 2, signalled.
Now then.
Cameraman can stop it.
I think my prediction might be going out of the water. Sticking to this mark, finger peg, it's a good one. Good mark.
Andrew, if it's not broke, don't fix it.
Well, absolutely.
A little bit higher up with the jack this time.
He is. This will sink like a stone now. Oh! Little twig of a leaf just held it.
Yeah, stopped at a length.
Need to run. Needs to run. Needs to run.
It's the type of green though, you have a few ends without the jack and your length starts suffering a little bit. It's not the easiest green to follow on, I don't think.
Needs a miss. Needs a miss.
Sinks underneath.
Got it, yeah. Got the miss. Got the other side of that twig.
Well, the closest bowl's 15, 16 inch off, but I wouldn't say
Has he left it? Has he left it? Yes.
Well.
Poor ball. Doesn't need any more of them. Thumb peg, bias to the crown. We know the script now. He's put this a little bit deeper. A little deeper. It's going, it's going. Oh, just sat down. Cameraman's had to move. Now then, has he frightened himself? Has he frightened himself? He has. This is travelling a little bit. Travelling a little bit. Needs a contact. Goes off.
Stop in a minute.
Yeah, they always do, you know. It's the only sure thing in a game of bowls. They're going to stop. Well,
chasing after it now. Needs to miss his own. Needs to miss his own.
That's not so bad. Not so bad at all. Can barely adjust.
He's taken a lot out of this.
He has. Smaller ball. Smaller ball needs to run. Needs to run. Now we just saw the difference in the balls there. Andrew playing with 210. Bailey playing with 2.6. They don't just run the same. That's had a bad jump there. Out to that bit of bear.
The jack jumped 6 inch in the air there, so this could be interesting what he does with this.
That's jumped a little bit.
And kicked underneath.
Yeah.
Kicked to his right, that ball.
Yeah. Oh.
And it's picked up a passenger.
Apart from that.
Yeah, not wrong with it.
Now then, Bailey, have you learnt?
Has he dragged this one up?
No. Short again. 3 consecutive short balls now in this direction.
Got this away better.
Still underneath, needs to run. Oh, that's had a bad run as that.
Well, closest bowl 4 foot off, you would imagine.
Ooh, this has come out. This is short again. Short again. Short again. Wow. 4 consecutive short bowls in this direction.
They're half making it easy for your opposition if you can't reach.
Well, my prediction is going right out the window, isn't it? What do I know?
Ask the cameraman to throw this back.
Well, what a mistake to make. What a big mistake to make. Oh. Beautiful delivery, Mr. Referee. 13-5 and chucks the jack off. Could that be the change Bailey needs?
He's gone as far away from this edge as possible. Thumb peg just underneath the crown, just into what can only be described as an old mine. You could have got coal out of that in the last century, I tell you that, right now. Tip from the crowd that this is a good one. It's on good roads.
Looks to back to me, but he needs to come round a bit and then stop. Apart from that, it's an excellent ball. Stopped on. That's half the battle.
Cameraman's foot might have helped.
Do you think he knows he's not allowed to kick him? I bet nobody's told him the rules. Not bad. Apparently they're celebrating an Everton victory over here.
Oh, marvellous.
Our deputy president.
I knew he was funny. He's from the Whittle. They're all funny over there.
I saw they all supported Tranmere from... Oh, there was a waft! Oh, he wafted that ball! We've got a wafter! Is that allowed?
That's caused a small riot in various bowling areas, now, wouldn't it?
He's wafted that ball out!
Well,
Can't believe it!
What's wrong with it, man? For God's sake. Yeah, after a bit of expression in the game, you can't just go...
But listen, do what you want to your ball, but leave my ball alone. That's all I'm saying on the matter. Vernon Lee wouldn't have got away with it either. Running his opponent's balls up and he'd been kicked over at stand at Waterloo. That would have been me.
What's this I heard? I heard someone say, as soon as your opponent's ball passes the jack, you can start doing anything you like to it. You can start stamping it and everything.
Who says that?
I've heard that said.
Show me that in the rule book.
Well, you don't look at things in the rule book. What are you looking at rule books all the time for?
Because if we don't have rules, we might as well not bother playing.
Oh, bless.
What do you mean, all bless?
It's just like a BCGBA, man.
Not at all, no. You see, that's what frustrates me. Certain rules we don't bother about. Others we adhere to strenuously. So who decides what we do and which we don't?
I shall return the question to you then. How do you stand on this, standing on the mat and delivering the ball?
I stand on the mat.
Well, on release?
On release, yes.
Yeah, that's all right.
All it needs in the rule is that word or that phrase, on release of the ball, your foot has to be in contact with the mat, and then that would stop people running off the mat when they're striking, not standing on the mat full stop. You see, if that's a rule that doesn't count, people tell us, well, it's not an important rule. Well, what's another non-important rule? Should we just play 20 up? Should we just play 18.5 metres for a mark instead of 19? What's important?
Well,
you know what I mean?
You can play 15 yards if you want, but if your opponent doesn't object to it,
yeah, but it's when you come to when you measure it. Well, he's got another here. Good balls. That's more like it. Oh, I am sounding like a grumpy old man now. Well. To back. Go. Oh, he's wafted it again! He's wafted it again! Oh, we've got a wafter.
There's shoulder action, there's
shouldering going on, there's wafting going on. Is this what it's come to? Dearie me. I had a very interesting game the other weekend, and my second ball of the end got hit, and I knew it was a no ball. So of course, being the gentleman I am, I said, no, I am not playing that ball again. Please, it wasn't affecting the end. Please play your last ball. What a gentleman, said the opponent. 3 ends later, his ball's coming across the green, 6 yards short, 3 yards narrow, gets hit.
Thank you, I'll have that back.
Thank you, send that back.
Did he play a reeler?
He did.
Yeah.
Not a word was spoken for the rest of the game, and it saved me the cost of a pint.
The only thing I will say, going down it, when Andrew chucked the jack off, and Bailey sent it out thumb peg, the cries from the crowd was, this was a good one, and it finished about
8 yards off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you get these going, I've played a reeler and it got it. You might be the only one who thinks he got a reel on. People say, like,
absolutely,
he was 6 yards underneath and 54 yards short, and he got it back.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm of the opinion. Oh, has it done it? Has it done it? No. I'm of the opinion, get it back. But if you know it's not a good one, you can send it off the road again. You can send it to far again. You can send it shorter. You don't have to try and play a good ball, do you? That choice is up to you.
Unless you're playing an opponent of dubious character.
Yes, dubious character indeed.
And then you think, just for the fun of it, I'll try and play a real one. I've done that before. You'd be amazed how many people of dubious characters are found in this game.
The worst is when you're playing the lower league player and they actually stand there and go, hit that. Oh, no. So they can have it back because they know they've played a bad news. What's the game coming to?
I saw someone a few years ago now. He was last bowl of the end. Sends his bowl, plays through to sit the bowl out, misses it. It goes through the head. It then hits something, hits another bowl. I'll have that back. And I go, well, wait, it hasn't finished.
Unbelievable.
So we got it back and played the real one.
You see, that's just not on that. That's akin to cheating. Because it's not in the spirit of the game, is it?
I can't actually describe, even in using pleasant and polite words, exactly what he was called.
Anyway, enough of mumping and grumping about various levels of sportsmanship, because Bailey is right back in this game at 10-13. It was looking bleak and Andrew tossed the jack off. A little bit of carelessness.
Could be expensive, that.
It's already been expensive. Already been expensive. No need for him to change the mark. We're on screen. We're on screen. Well, why are they showing us? Nobody wants to see us.
Put Babe Station on.
Dear me. That's why I'm a commentator, not a player anymore.
Stop picking your nose as well.
Yeah, you can see why we can't judge any balls from here, can't you? We should have been up on that scaffolding.
When the wind was blowing, we might have been off that scaffolding a bit quick.
Well, Bailey. Pace, not so bad. A little bit too far, but look, it almost comes back on itself once it passes the jack.
Are they playing into a well?
I think they are. I think you could sink a bucket down there and you would come up with water. Now then, that'll got to trickle down that hill now.
Finished the length.
Yeah, perfect. The first length anyone's played down there.
And he stayed down there to see how his opponent bowl finishes up.
Now then.
Bailey's trotting after it.
Now then. Now then. What a ball that is. Oh, he liked that one. Waff that one, he says.
There was almost a fist bump.
It did look suspiciously like a fist pump. There's nothing wrong with a bit of fist pumping.
No.
Usually you want to leave it until you win, though.
Yeah.
Because it can wind your opponent up. Well, certainly reached. He's watching it. He's not stopped looking at it yet. Bailey's wafted it out. He's going to get a sore shoulder at this rate.
I know.
Now then, 11-13.
Bit of a funny pace bowl, that, because if he hit the jack, if he hadn't have stayed with it, he was probably making them 2. You would have thought you wanted full
leg strike, yeah. Oh, Bailey's mother Lisa, she looks like she's on the edge of her seat. I'm amazed she isn't pacing up and down. Well, I'm liking the pace. I'm liking the pace.
Bit of a wave.
Oh, that was all right. Good ball, wafted it past the jack. It's in a good spot there. Has he changed peg? He's changed peg. He's come at its thumb. Well,
not the worst effort in the world.
It's not the worst effort at all. Good effort.
He's puts pressure on Bailey there, because you would think, you know, if you're having trouble counting, then first thing you do is make sure your opponent can't get 2, and if he has played 1, whack it off.
This needs to peg its head off now. He's trying.
Ooh,
may have got another. Asking for confirmation. Only the 1.
Well, he's gone straight at it again.
Yeah.
Bit away, playing for the bowl. Still looking at it, you know.
Watching it. Oh, he's counted the end. What a great ball. What a great ball. And that was the groundwork with the first ball. Just showed him what he needed to do.
Stop your opponent getting 2, then remove the counting ball.
Absolutely superb.
Big bowl that as well. He had the final half 1 on this edge before chucking the jack off.
He did indeed. And he's going back to it. Going back to the mark he built up, a commanding 13-5 lead. Bailey's got himself right back in the game though. It was only the short balls that have costed him. Well,
he's walked this all the way up to within, well, a small yard off, Andrew?
I would say so, Stephen. It's not on the mark, it's not so bad. This needs to get past and stop. Oh, and it has done. That little touch just did enough. Just did enough. Well, he can afford to reach. Well, can't speak.
Now. Needs to stop.
And it has done.
It's a good ball. A really good ball. Obviously, well, Bailey's got a choice now. Does he try and play a decent bowl? Oh,
same.
Well, referee Keith Andrews thinks Bailey's on, but Andy likes his.
Should be playing the same sort of ball as his first.
Just sitting on Andy's ball would be perfect. Knocking that in won't be a good idea.
Hard lines was just a ball too high, so we may have the measures on.
I say, difference of opinion. I think Andy likes his and the referee likes Bailey's.
Who does he remind me of, that referee?
Which one?
The one with the white cap and the white beard. It'll come to me eventually. Well, they've measured Bailey's first, which is sometimes an indicator. Tight.
Wow.
Bailey won. So, 12-14. We've just had a few comments on the Facebook post that you put on earlier.
Any pleasant ones?
We've one from Harry Chapman, who I think was a losing finalist in this event a couple of years ago. Andy Cairns, this commentary is fantastic. Thank you very much, Harry.
The oddly shoed
Harry Chapman. I quote, "We've got a wafter. He's wafted that ball out." I think he likes that. I think he likes the wafting thing. Anyway.
He looked a bit of a wafter himself, to be fair.
Well, that's a bit harsh. I quite like his zany appearance, and his he was in fancy dress at the All England.
Yeah, he was.
And then we've got another. And we've had another one from Paul Bannister. Quite a bit of walking on the line of the ball. Somebody else that's noticed.
I've been asked to say a quick thank you to Bernie and her staff at the Walsgrave Pizza and Carvery.
Oh.
I can testify they did an absolutely splendid breakfast.
I thought I thought there was something in there, Q man. I bet you got that for now, didn't you?
No.
Oh, I think so. I haven't been in to sample any of the food, but I may have something afterwards. I don't know. But it looks a lovely pub inside.
Well, the staff were extremely pleasant, extremely friendly. Did everything that you'd want them to do.
Well, you can't ask for any more.
And provided excellent food. It didn't last long. It didn't last long.
I bet it didn't. No. Well,
there was something of a contest going. Who could scoff theirs first, mine or me or Sue?
Well, Sue doesn't eat, does she?
Not very much, no.
No. I've noticed the landlady watching as well, which is good. Anyway, this is turning to a game again. My prediction may be coming true.
Quick comment. Gets Sue on holiday and she never stops eating. She eats when she's abroad.
Does she? Well, I'm not sure what happened with this, Bailey. You've led a ball 5 yards past the jack. This has got to win it if it stops any time today.
If it stops before Christmas, it wins.
Now then, Bailey, have you corrected it?
Well, it's not passing his
needs to
ball.
run. Needs to run now. It will just get in. Will it? Has it pegged out? No. Oh, another difference of opinion. Bailey likes his. The referee liked Andrews. Who knows? This has got to win it, surely.
This is the only length ball of the end.
Well, it could be one. Well,
One
it is
down
one.
is signalled.
It is one. Definitely one down. It might be two when he takes that out. Yeah, that was a bad end from Bailey when he's got right back in it. Yeah, just the one. 15-13. And he's not quite back on his mark, but he's certainly approaching it. Oh, there's a cup on the green. Cup up. Oh, referee's been called into action to remove the cup.
Ron Beard has summoned Keith Andrews, the referee, to
get that cup off the green. Well, that's not a good lead. Although Bailey's never passed the jack in this direction. I don't think he's altered. He's still not passed the jack in this direction. So far, he's conceded 6 chokes along this edge.
I think the wind's getting up again.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, thought I could smell something.
Short. Short.
Everything's sinking underneath.
Aristotle.
Who's Harry Stoll?
Aristotle? I don't know. Aristotle. Well, this is further.
Who did he
too
play
far.
for?
Needs a hit. Needs to use it.
Oh. My word.
Well, I want to struck at it, but
that second bowl of Andy's, now he's thinking, well, it wasn't on the land, it was underneath, it was short, it was all.
And he's won off it.
Yeah.
Happy days.
If he hadn't played such a bad second bowl, he might have got 2.
Yeah. 4-5. 14-15.
Once more to the well, Andrew.
Yes, you can go too often to the well, as we all know. But he likes it. He's trotting after it. Very athletic is Bailey. Well, they both are, to be fair. There's not a lot to either of them. There's more weight in my right leg. But he's played a real one there. Nothing up with that. Oh, a little fist pump. Fist pump / waft at the end of it. Well, will it run? If it runs, it's a chance. If it runs, it's a chance. What a ball that is. Oh, Oh, another fist pump. They're pumping fist galore. They're playing in the big hole and they're fist pumping everywhere.
It did actually, apart from being half a bowl too far, it then fell.
Then fell back twice.
It did well staying in the end.
Well, this looks underneath to me. I'm not sure if they peg up in that big hole or not. It looks like everything goes to the jack. Well,
you would think there's not an awful lot of danger.
Only if he's well overplayed. A length ball, no danger whatsoever.
Well, he's not hideously overplayed. He may be
just took the one.
He may be half an acre underneath.
16-14. 16-14. Who wins this jolly game? Bailey would have thought with his lead he'd probably be leading the jack out at this end, but not to be. Andrew found a real ball.
Finger peg straight up the green.
Certainly been to his liking, these sorts of marks. And this looks reasonable.
He's after it now. He's after to make sure it finishes well.
Nothing up with that. Just it fell over. Oh. Bailey's underneath. Underneath and to far. Apart from that. Now then. Doesn't want to widen the target. Needs to count another though.
Lies 2 to go 18.
Flick.
To be within 3 of victory.
That's not so bad there. Forced him to play within a yard of the jack to save. He's over the top. Will it stop? Will it stop? He's dragging it out. He's dragging it out. He's dragged it out.
2. Just needs 3 more. 18-14.
That ball was absolutely vital at the previous end. Beat a great ball in the full corners, just in that big hole down in the corner.
Stop holding hand, Andrew.
Sorry, I thought it was mine. And he's run. Needs to run now. Needs to run. Well, I don't think they've had a ball nearer than that in the game in this corner. He's reached. For the first time in the game, he's reached.
Wow.
And he's won off it again. Having it all. I won't go that far, but he's certainly having a bit in this corner. Of course, you don't have any luck if you play short. Andrew's found a real ball there. Oh, he's pumped up. Really pumped up.
The Welshman's on fire.
Underneath. Signal 1, 19,
2 more
14.
required. 2 more required, and the trophy the trophy doesn't go back to Wales, but the title goes back to Wales.
Armstrong's on fire. Bailey Rice is terrified.
Oh, good. We've been
Armstrong's on fire. Bailey Rice is terrified.
We apologise, viewers.
19-14. Right at the business end of the game. My prediction's gone out the window. A 21-20 finale. Or has it? Is he like watering? No. One of the better leads of the game. Not bad at all.
This is on different track.
Yes.
Pegs up now, though.
Well,
far enough.
Big effort this. Big effort this. He has reached. What a good ball that is. What a good ball that is. I just confirmed by the referee that last ball has won it. There was a massive difference in bias, by the way.
Oh my word, what a ball.
Oh, what
nice
a good
game.
ball.
Nice game.
What a tremendous ball. Nice game. Oh. I don't think there's a lot of choice here. Oh. I'd have been striking at those, you know. Well, he's given it a chance.
Needs a connection.
No connection. Gone out. And there we see the winner, Andrew Armstrong, running up the green to commiserate with Bailey Rice. What a tremendous performance by the Welshman, this 18-year-old from Wrexham. Brilliant performance all day and a fully deserved win in the final. Stuck to the 1 mark, played it well, even managed to overcome the luck that Bailey had on a couple of occasions. Tremendous performance. What do you think, Steve? Fully deserved?
I think he's been the most consistent player all day. He's been on fire. Now, it was your pick from as soon as you walked in through the door. You said, I like the look of that young man.
Not in that way. No, it was a tremendous tremendous play all day from the lad from Wrexham. Fully deserved it at the finish. We'll just stick with this. We're going to be doing the presentations. In fact, I might even let Steve do a little bit of talking. I get confused with who's who, you see, and Steve knows them all. Is that, which one's that there?
Which one's who were?
Exactly.
Well, you've got John Crowder, you've got John Coxill, you've got Paul Ashmore. I've not seen that many boxers since Deal or No Deal.
There's plenty of boxers. Which one's got the 250 grand in?
Right, now ladies and gentlemen, losing semi-finalist, Ryan Walter.
Here's young Ryan from Merseyside. Lost in the semi-final to the runner-up, Bailey Rice.
I think Ryan can be proud of the way he's played today, apart from one poor game.
Yeah, well, that happens. It's unfortunate.
The losing semi-finalist, all the way from the Isle of Man, Stephen Kelly.
Yeah, Stefan's done really well. Always hard to come across and compete in these events, but it's great to see them doing so. Another Kelly in the Isle of Man pipeline to compete with.
I think one of the better junior programs is actually in the island. Their bowls development and their sports development, they put an awful lot of money into. They do a very good job there.
And here comes Bailey. Played well all day. A few loose balls in the final, but done very, very well.
Obviously, when you've got a famous parent, or
famous parent indeed. She stood next to us here.
She can be proud of the young man.
We've got to be careful what we say.
Yeah, I think Lisa can be very proud of what Bailey's done today.
Indeed.
And the 2016 Briggs Equipment BCGBA Junior Merit winner, Andrew Armstrong from Wales.
And a fully deserved winner, Andrew Armstrong. Played really well all day. Played superbly in the final. Found one ball that I think really won him the game in the corner. And he should be very, very proud of his achievement today. He's played really, really well. Not only the junior merit winner.
We're going to be on camera here, Andrew.
That's fine, I don't mind. I don't get paid any less. And that gets him a place in the Champion of Champions at Blackpool at the end of September. We'll be covering that, of course, with Globe Gig, and we'll hope to see him then.
And before you all disappear, our British Crown Grade Chief Executive, Mr. John Crowther, would like to say a few words.
Oh, we've got Mr. Crowther saying a few words. He's just saying that Andrew's going to get in the Champ of Champs, and that the draw for those events will be streamed. I think, is it Monday, Stephen?
We are
Monday.
We are heading to the Berlin Recording Studios, part of the Globe Gig Media Empire.
Unfortunately, I won't be there. I've got a prior engagement I can't get out of, but well, I can't get out of. I don't want to get out of.
You're on the Mayfield Old Bank.
Mayfield Old Bank, doing a bit of playing. So Andrew's going to be. They're going to take a few photos with Andrew, and then Steve will be doing a few questions and answers with Andrew.
Welcome back to the Walsgrave Bowling Club. We're just going to have a quick interview with the gallant runner-up today, Bailey Rice. One of those situations, congratulations, but unlucky.
Thank you. I just didn't get off to a good enough start. I mean, ripping your pants on the second end is a way to kill your concentration for a few ends, I can tell you that. But it put up a really good fight. I mean, this bottom edge is just a nightmare for my action, really. I was lucky to get in on one end with an in-off, and I just managed to come all the way back into it, and then he's just run away with it at the end. Superb bowling, took me out for two a few times. Know what I can do.
Well, so you had that bad start. I'm not just mentioning the trouser incident, which we referred to. But you had this edge that it seemed to be a nightmare for you. Then you got in and played some wonderful bowls in the corners.
Yeah, well, corners has been my game all day. I mean, I believe it or not, I only play on a really small green. So to come to a green like this, I just thought I'll make the most of it. And I saw that most of the other competitors were playing really short, so I thought, why not take it long and just chance my luck? And it worked for me all day over the final, really.
Well, say it's worked all day. You played really well today. You've impressed everybody with how you played. You know, there's not much to say really, but well done. I mean, what else are you looking to do? This, bowls wise. I mean, is it going to be you're going to stay with it? You're going to be.
Yeah, stay with it. Yeah, as much as I possibly can. I mean, I've got one more shot at this next year, which will be my last, and hopefully I can go one better. Not saying I can't. So just got to hope for the best, really.
Well, I say congratulations. You played well today. Not your best game in the final, but I think that had a lot to do with the opponent that you played.
Yeah, really short straight marks. I mean, it was just a nightmare really for me. With my swinging action, it was just catching me low and catching me too big.
Well, unlucky, mate. Well done and good luck in the future. I'm sure you'll see at these events again. Yeah. Well done again. We're just going to go to a quick commercial break and then we're back with a little chat with the winner. See you soon. Welcome back to the Walsgrave Bowling Club. We've had a wonderful day's bowling. Each year we get impressed with how good these junior bowlers play. We have a very deserving champion, and that the champion is Andy Armstrong. Well done, mate.
Cheers, pal. Thank you very much.
You've impressed everybody all day with how you played on all the marks, not just this patch up and down the front of the green. What do you think of the green itself?
It's a very nice green. It's running well. It was a bit heavy this morning, but it's obviously dried out through the day. Running well at the end. Played it well.
Well, so you've impressed everybody with how you played. Do you have any thoughts about going so well in the competition when you arrived this morning?
To be honest, I was just taking every game as it comes. It was one of those, but to win it's just amazing, to be honest.
Oh, well, we can tell by all the games you were playing how much you enjoyed playing in it. You were really fired up, you wanted to do well, and it worked for you. You've done very well today.
Yeah, it's just about getting into the game early, and I think I've done that with a lot of my games today. And didn't do bad in every one, struggled in a couple, but got over the line, that's the main thing.
Well, yeah, you got over the line. I noticed in the final you were happily camped out on this edge.
Yeah.
Nightmare of nightmares, you chucked the block off.
I know, and then it come back to haunt me. You got back to about 14, 12, and I was thinking I just got to get in, and when I got in, obviously worked back and got out in the end, but I was gutted I did. I thought that could be the end.
Well, we've seen it in so many times how it can cost you, but this far left-hand corner from us, you played an absolutely wonder bowl towards the end to stay in it.
Yeah, I beat about an inch-and-a-half bowl. It was one of them. He led one, and I was just playing up the land and hoping for a bit, to be honest, and as it was, it went my way, and I'm happy it did, to be quite honest.
You should be happy the way you played. Obviously, you've done so well. You qualified and got here. You now qualified for the Champion of Champions, the draw of which is on broadcast live on Monday. You looking forward to that?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, like I say, I've never played Blackpool before, but it'll be a treat to play against some of the good players around. So,
well, there'll be a crowd of 1,000 people. You'll be bringing your own supporters, I suppose, shouting you on. It'll be a good day.
Will do. Yeah, so looking forward to it. It'll be a good one.
Well, hopefully you'll do yourself proud that day. You've certainly done yourself proud today. Congratulations. There's very little else you can say, but congratulations. You played fantastic.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well, that's it from the action today from Walsgrave for the Briggs Equipment UK British Junior Merit. We all hope you've enjoyed the programme, and we all hope to see you again next time. I say the draw for all the Waterloo and Champion of Champions is on Monday from the Globe Gig Studios, and we hope to see you then. This is, of course, has been a Globe Gig Media production on behalf of the British Crown Green Bowling Association. Until next time, goodbye.